can see us.
Oh, when the beans rattled, it kind of like showed the scene behind it. Oh, my immersion, the illusion is shattered.
Here's an alert to get you started.
Oh, 5. That's gonna be a good start, huh?
Ah,
Oh no.
oh,
of
thank
those
you for
nights.
subscribing. I don't have my alerts on because
There we
it's
go.
D&D, but thank you. Regardless, hi, welcome back. We are here with more Drums of the Empire, a a whimpering start, but what could be sweeter to the ears than a whimper every now and then? I am Slappy Meats. I am playing Saildove, the Dampier Rogue, the one who makes all the party's interactions go swimmingly. And I'm joined by Lolo Man, right over here.
Hello, Lolo. It's Lolo. I'm playing one who leans the cleric druid mushroom person who keeps the party on track and makes some plans.
Continuing along, we have Selnica.
Hello, I play Philony, the very chaotic paladin who just loves to protect everyone and like everyone to be having fun.
What a fruitful friend.
Very fruitful.
We've got Moonlight Kutsune.
Greetings, everyone. I am Moonlight Kitsune. I play Yozora, the team warlock, scribe, and apparently exasperated parent.
We're a handful. What can I say? Sometimes two. Speaking of which, we also have our precious bunny boy, Wanyubi.
And I am forever your Tabaxi Ranger Drake Warden Wither.
Freshly nammed Wither.
And always curious.
And that brings us to our lovely, beneficent DM, Iron Mug, who's going to be very gentle with me, and is very kind and sweet, and nurturing right off the gate.
Hail, travelers. It's cute you think that.
Oh.
So let's hop on over. And have a quick refresher.
You are there. Okay.
After a good time was had by all, somebody spotted this very conspicuous chest sitting under these trees near a bunch of bones, by the way, undeterred by the obvious warning. The chest was inspected, examined, and attempted to be unlocked.
You know that
However-
I'm right next to Cell and that I have my shield at the ready.
However, unfortunately, there was something that was overlooked, something that was missed upon the cursory investigation. And while there was a clicking as if perhaps it might have been unlocked, there was also something else that happened. And we're going to be getting started off. And mind you, this is a complex trap. In fact, we're going to be in initiative order for it.
Oh.
Great.
Oh, boy.
To the great dismay of Admiral Akbar,
Hmm.
this was opened without much concern for safety.
It was, in fact, a trap. Yep.
I mean, you know me. You know I can't resist a trap.
Ah!
And
But-
you know my curiosity as well.
By the way, food is almost here. Just a quick one.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely.
Food is. Okay, got it.
No, I heard what you heard.
Yeah.
I heard
Oh
what
my
you heard.
god.
Got erect for a second, but it was not that.
Okay, what did you guys hear? Because I'm not sure how.
Don't worry about that.
And this will remain a mystery. All right.
I'm gonna need another drink after that one.
Oh my god.
You have me a little
How
sick
how
now.
close? How close? Are they like 2 minutes out?
I'm expecting the door to ring any second.
All right, cool. And that we won't get right immediately into it, but we'll wait for you to get back. But we'll chill out. We'll max, relax, all cool.
We can start the initiative rolling.
We'll probably start the initiative rolling. Yes.
And we do have
Go ahead. What's up?
we do have the opportunity for at least a cursory recap of the last session.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. We will get to that.
Okay.
Did you want to tell the story?
Maybe.
We had a nice tea party.
It was
By all
lovely.
means, if you want to give your recounting of what happened last time, please, you are encouraged.
Well, it was very lovely and polite. It's always wonderful to meet new friends on the road. As we were traveling to the point of the path where our
And
diplomatic envoy with us is going to break off to go to Spiderland, we met with a Monogran troop, a squad, a platoon, a light strike force of Monogran puppy boys who wanted to break bread and share tea with us, and share tea we did. I happened, unbeknownst to most of the party, I happened to have some lovely tea that I had purchased back in Baraktu. Some aphrodisiac tea that everyone shared, but save for a few of our more reserved party members. It caused the puppies to stir in their positions
Let's get
as
eating Pearl.
as discussions continued and their desires were made known. One who leans doing their very best to keep things moving productively. Meanwhile, Seldub also tried to keep things moving productively. But the captain, unfortunately, resisted the effects and commanded his squirming, tormented soldiers to march on, but not before Seldub passed out some scritches. We were informed that they were here because of the balls of the Crimson Bandits to do the shit that they've been doing recently, getting a little in their oats and overstepping. So they've come here to slap their dicks and teach them who's boss a little bit. Further plans might involve complete and utter takeover of the Crimson Bandits in order to refold the disputed territories back into the Emperor's domain. But we'll have some months before that starts to fall over. Anyway, they left, and we fucked. Three of us fucked. The mushroom and the warlock boy that did not.
Well put.
But fucking occurred, and post...
surprisingly, the mushroom was not part of the fucking.
Darn, no. But in the afterglow...
I'm too used to being pranked. It's like, nope, not dumb enough to do that.
In the afterglow, we caught eyes on that chest, and I suppose, and you're right, like, obvious fucking trap, like, this above table, yeah, just because I didn't see that just because my investigation check was poor, didn't mean I have to go and fucking believe that it's fine. There's still bones, like, duh. Dove's not an idiot, but I did it anyway, so I'm just
Wasn't it a horrendous roll too? Anyways,
It was poor.
really
It was
bad.
real bad.
Yeah, it was one of like those unfortunate, like, oh, that's one of the only ways you might fail this.
Yeah, no kidding. Jesus. Ugh.
That's
So-
why you have to be careful with the trap maker, the guy who's supposed to disarm all the traps when he gets high or drunk.
Just cum-brained. It's just cum-brained.
Still
I
counts.
do hope
and
maybe.
inebriated a little bit too, so it was probably still somewhat wearing off. So.
Sort of. The aphrodisiac is not so much of like a drunk. It's especially for like someone who's part incubus. Like it's like speed. Actually, it's like
No.
cocaine. Like you're like really energetic and really driven, and single-minded.
It's more like a teenager.
I do hope maybe though that I will be allowed a reflex
Nice.
to see if I can maybe intercept and
Anyway, I gotta roll initiative, don't I?
Move out of the way.
You'll be made aware how that trap works. I guarantee that.
I trust we're gonna find out real quick. Fucking around has occurred. Now is the time. We're finding out. Bro. Adorable. Ah! It has its own fucking tracker!
Is anyone surprised?
Is that a mimic?
Well, at least I'm going ahead of him.
That's what I was expecting, was a mimic because of Bones being here, but it didn't seem to have that texture.
Okay, look, if it's a mimic,
It is in fact
I will-
not a mimic. I will assure you that right now.
Ah,
What
damn
were you
it.
saying?
Okay.
I was hoping to maybe keep it as a pet.
Mm.
No, I'm not touching that with a 30-foot pole. My girlfriend's already too obsessed with mimics. I don't need. Yeah, right. Let's get this going.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so that was a very succinct and very good retelling and recounting of what all went down last week. So, thank you. That was pretty rad. I like that. Well put. So, as noted, there's this chest, and unfortunately, shenanigans are going to ensue. This is a fairly, as I mentioned, complex trap. So, we're going to be in initiative order. We're not really in combat. It did have tracker and everything for the rare case that you were in combat and started to mess with it. But instead, it's just going to be easier to just track what everything does, how everything goes, and see how everything goes down. So the very first thing that's going to happen, this is before even really initiative is rolled, is I need Wither, Philome, and Dove to roll Constitution saving throws.
Yeah. Glad I got a tiny bonus to that.
Oh, come
Succeed
on.
lest your soul be consumed by the ever-hungering chest.
Come on, you stupid dice.
That's not bad.
Suck me into that chussy.
The chassis, yes.
So if that happens,
Go.
this is going to be an interesting game with. Oh hell!
Okay, at least,
Oh, thank
at least Dove got the right one.
I'm
Off to a
freshly
roaring start.
buffed for my Constitution check.
Constitution.
Good one.
This is what I signed myself up for.
Once more, the dice prove misericordious in our regard.
I'm really sorry. Really sorry, Kitsune, but you know what kind of group you're in. By now, you have to know.
Yeah.
You notice I haven't left, right?
Fair. All right, fair.
Yep, we know this.
Just because I'm the, for lack of a better term, the stick in the mud,
Mhm.
does not mean I'm not having fun. It's just
No, I think
gotta be
we're
the
all waiting to.
counterbalance.
I think we're all waiting to discover how you fit in with our group.
Equal parts exasperated and enchanted.
All right. So, as you feel and sort of hear this click, kind of at the same time, there, though, your passive perception is high enough that you know they didn't click at exactly the same moment. So this is something has been triggered by you attempting to unlock the chest without first disarming it. So you hear that. These two kind of split up, click, click. And for everyone else who's close enough that hears a click, they are so close together that it's almost imperceptible. You hear a click, essentially. But as soon as you hear this click, sparks and arcs of lightning come off the chest and are going to strike each one of you. Wither and Philome will be taking 5 points of lightning damage. Dove, you're going to be taking half that, so you've taken 2 points of lightning damage. Each one of you also sees a rune appear upon your skin, your clothing, somewhere upon you externally so that you can see it at a glance. It is a rune that seems
Oh,
to
man.
indicate lightning of some sort,
Ah,
and each one of you has it upon you. You also see the rune glowing on the chest itself.
shit, I think we just got witch bolted. Yeah, Dove barely has. He hears the click that, like a, and has only the time to go, oh.
And as these runes appear on you, as this lightning arcs out and strikes you, that's where we'll be beginning initiative. And you notice immediately that there is a ticking sound, and there are now multiple glyphs and runes upon the face of the chest that you can see,
fuck is
Dove,
this?
obviously, since you're like, looking right at it. You were trying to disarm, unlock, etc. So you see all these appear, and there is definitely what looks like it might be a countdown of some sort. So what we've got is a situation for us to go through initiative order. There are things about the trap that you can learn and you can attempt to disarm as we go. It will be similar to wiki checks, only this time it's going to require rolls. Basically, you'll be getting a disarm / unlock and a learning roll on each of your initiatives. Since we're not really in combat, we don't need to worry a lot. Well, for those of you who are further down south, don't need to worry a lot about like movement or action, bonus action, since it's a stationary object that isn't really like attacking you, but is an absolute threat, and it's going to require some teamwork and some skill checks to get through. So you'll have different mechanisms, different things you can learn about it, and doing the learning part will require either a investigation, a perception, or something else like an insight or an arcana or a religion or a nature, depending on this item, whatever it is for any of these kind of complex traps. This one, specifically, investigation, perception, and arcana are probably your top 3 skills anybody's going to be used. And for some of them, you need to at least be proficient in the skill before you can even do anything with it in relation to the chest.
Just so we're clear, I'm not discarding the possibility of just using the barbarian's disarm skill.
Fair.
Okay, I just want to make sure of something that you said. Because of the fact we're not technically speaking in combat, when, in this case, myself or one who leans is alerted to this, we can just blitz over there without to count the steps.
You will still need to worry about movement speed because it's still going to be tracking the time. So it would still be moving your 6 seconds worth. And then if you want to also use an action to move further, you can do so. But you won't have to worry about, like casting spells. Like if I want to cast this and this, or if I want to do this skill, this skill, this skill. If there's things kind of not really combat oriented that you want to try and do, since this is much less a combat and more an environmental kind of encounter, just ask and I'll see what kind of action economy that's going to use up and how much or how little of it you can do on this turn.
Roger that. I just wanted to make sure.
No, absolutely. That's a good one. What's up?
If I mentioned this well enough, basically this is like an adrenaline slowdown of time.
Yeah, kind of just slowing down time so that we go through the steps and we don't rush anybody and we don't lose the ever-present threat that the chest does represent. Like this is something that you would need to in real time react very quickly to figure out or suffer whatever consequences.
This is just so it doesn't blow up in our face while we figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Got it.
And makes it, just a little bit more interesting, more tactical. You have to think about how you do things and when you do things, perhaps. So we'll get into that. We'll go through everything. It's going to have, like I said, similar to wiki checks, but it's the actual things you'll be doing are like skill checks, and you'll be able to really do about 2 of those. One is like, I want to learn about this trap device, et cetera, et cetera. And one, maybe you want to disarm part of it or attempt to disarm the whole thing. But yeah, as we get into it and start learning more, and it starts to reveal more of its mechanics, hopefully this will make some more sense. You guys will be able to just hop in and just roll along with it. We will be starting with Wither. It will be your initiative first, so you'll be the first one to react as this lightning has zapped you. You definitely felt it, and you definitely know that it came from the chest, and you can see that mark upon you, upon Philomene, upon Dove, and upon the chest itself.
So, what I am curious about is the timer itself. First off, is that something I need to roll for as a roll for
There we
it?
go.
I guess.
Absolutely.
What what would I need to roll for it? Would it be a part of the wiki check or anything like that?
All right, so to start with, to get more of the individual parts discerned, you need a base investigation or perception or arcana check at this point. And you can make your choice of which one of those you want to do, as you would then also need to be closer to the chest, probably about as close as Dove is. So you would want to move closer and then start giving it a real good, hard, scrutinizing look with whatever skill check you pick. And then depending on the success of it, you'll either learn some stuff or it will remain a mystery for you. And somebody else will have to either come over and assist or come over and do their own check. And you can also use things like readied actions to assist, say, whoever in the group has the highest investigation. And you're like, well, I want to use a readied action to assist whoever has the highest investigation to do an investigation check on their turn. You can do stuff like that.
Well, if we
So-
ever need the chest to be persuaded not to blow up, I'm up.
Somehow, I don't think talking to it nicely is going to work too well.
You never know.
Look, you never know. Maybe it needs to get some things off its chest.
Oh, ouch!
Go for it. Go for it. Wither. Go Wither.
I'm sorry, that was needed.
Yeah, I was thinking.
It
that
was.
too. But I mean, I've got a decent investigation on this. I kind of want to go, and I'll move up closer to it for one.
Absolutely. Get a little bit closer. You want to do that
Yeah.
investigation check on it? Please do.
Ouch!
It's a chest.
It's a chest.
The
Well-
dice don't like us today. This is going to hurt.
It liked me to start. Do I get any sense of time from that roll?
Unfortunately, that investigation is not high enough to get you more than the fact that there appears to be at least one powerful lock that is mechanical based, at least one powerful trap that is mechanical based, and two magical traps. They're also both equally powerful. And there is one overarching device that you see controls everything. So there's a few targets. Some are mechanical, some are magical, but you don't get much more than that, unfortunately.
Sorry, can you say that again for me?
Which part?
The different mechanical parts.
So
Okay.
there's one mechanical component and two magical components that are the traps. The lock itself and the overarching mechanism that controls it all seem to be mechanical, meaning non-magical, more mundane.
Sorry, just getting this down as I'm thinking about it.
Mhm.
Mundane, humdrum, dull, boring, tedious, monotone.
So
monotonous.
one mechanical, two magical, and one overall mechanical to it.
Correct. Plus the lock itself being mechanical. Meaning it is not magically locked.
A nice, common sublunary lock.
Okay, so that's basically my investigation of it.
Yep, you can do other actions, like another investigation if you want to try and take a better look, or you can attempt to disarm something.
And that would mean I would need to. What would I be rolling for that?
A disarm attempt in this case would likely be a sleight of hand check, and you would be at disadvantage as you have not completely identified any one single device to be deactivated or disarmed.
I would recommend helping me with that.
Since I'm at disadvantage, since I would be at disadvantage, I would agree with you on that. So I will hold my action to assist Sail Dove with their actions.
Okay, that'll work.
And I will essentially tell the party what you've basically told me.
Absolutely.
So, one mechanical lock, so to speak, two magical locks, or two magical. I should say, instead of there's one mechanical device, one mechanical trap, two magical traps, and then an overall mechanical, as well as the lock being mechanical as well. Correct, Monk?
I can handle those if I can access them.
And I believe that would be my turn then, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And then it will be the chest's initiative. Dove, again, you're looking at the face. You watch as two of the runes flip very specifically as if counting down.
Like the Predator's wrist display.
Yeah, a little bit, absolutely. Something like that, 100%. One who leans, you have heard the discharge of electricity, the shout of surprise and pain from your comrades, and you can see sort of through the trees that they are all now, well, I don't know. We'll get to Philomene later, but at least Wither and Dove are now very close around this one area.
Edamame.
Okay. Analyzing this calmly. One who leans is gonna get as close as possible within a turn. So 2 full movements in action, and I guess a misty step on top of that.
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah. If you want to get there, that's how you do it.
Should cover that. And
so you do definitely see an area, being a druid and practitioner and part of nature itself. You see the area where things got a little bit crispy, for sure.
Okay. Do I get any sense that it's activated and now it's safe to enter, or if I get into the area it would hit me too? Or would I need to roll for that?
Roll an Arcana check, and we'll see what we get.
No idea.
Yeah, it seems you're not able to get much of a sense from it. You notice the absolute border in the area is stopping where you're stopping, where you feel like you would be outside of the area of whatever just happened. You're looking around and you don't seem to get much more sense, but you can still obviously you see the lightning rune mark on each one of your companions and on the chest itself.
Okay.
And the fact you don't have one and you are outside the area and have not gained one coming this close, you feel confident that you are safe from whatever that is where you are.
Would you say I have enough of an action economy remaining to give somebody guidance?
Not anymore, unfortunately.
Okay, then I'm gonna finish my turn here. And I guess that Arcana was as much investigation and inquiring as I could do for this turn, so I'm gonna
Yep,
say
yep.
I'm
Along
gonna
with everything else, yeah, that would have covered it.
I'm gonna say that's my turn.
All right, Dove. The mushroom has arrived to assist.
Oh, hello. We seem to be in a little bit of trouble, but nothing to worry about, I'm sure. With the report of the number and nature of traps, and I see that could probably be discerned by the fact that the chest is it like a clockwork chest now. Like looking at that cool design, I'm like, you see mechanical components that are doing their thing, but also magical components that are doing their thing.
Yeah, it seems the face of it, like where the lock was, where you'd been doing your picking before, has definitely turned into more of a clockwork. Like you see gears and little tiny like bits moving and twisting, and next to them you see these runes that are also moving that appeared upon the chest after the click.
It's cool. Can I see if this master device would be accessible from the outside without it being first unlocked?
That would be an investigation check for sure.
Faux shizzle.
And that'll definitely learn you some more about this chest. And remember, you will have advantage on it.
Okay.
Thanks to Wither being a homie.
So my investigation is not stellar. Thank you, Wither.
All right. A 17 is pretty good, though. So with a 17, we're going to get some information here. There are 5 major devices and 1 lock. The 5 devices, you are able to this point discern the different ones. So you're going to get access to the different things you can investigate and learn now. There is something that looks like it was the source of the discharge of the lightning. So there's a lightning discharge you can investigate further. There's, of course, the tethered mark, which seems to be its own system, its own thing, that is on all of you and the chest. There are runes that you've now discerned to be cold runes, chilled runes, frost runes. There are occasionally glyphs that roll through as well in these different images that are moving through, and they appear to be explosive glyphs. And then there is the overall mechanism that does not seem to be accessible from the outside. Perhaps somewhere under the lid, if you were to able to open it up, you would get to it, or on the bottom, perhaps inside, but it is not accessible from the outside. However, you can learn more about it by investigating further.
All right. Consider this a fruitful wiki check, fruitful learning experience. I will love to use the rest of my action economy to
So those are the different things
Sweet.
you can learn about.
cascading reset. That's the countdown.
That's the overall mechanism, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yes, you can attempt now, since you have discerned that there are those 5 different systems, you can attempt to bypass or disable in some manner any one of them, or you can attempt to learn more about any one of them with another skill check, if you wish.
Okay, that was all very juicy. Did it happen? Do I happen to have discerned that these marks would be further disturbed if the box were to be opened at this point?
It does not seem as if 2 of them at least, would be affected by opening the chest at this time. However, you have noticed that the chest does not actually seem to be unlocked yet.
Right. Right. So, I will mention some of these marks are preventing. Well, some of these marks would be disrupted. Or rather, disrupt us if we were to open this chest. But first things first. Yozora, this might be your speed, if you would care to take a look.
As soon as I get there.
Meanwhile, I will take care of this lock. We'll handle the light work first, before we start opening it. I will unlock it. If I may.
Meanwhile, in our universe.
Absolutely. If you would like to attempt to bypass the lock itself, you may do so.
Is it still an advantage?
Unfortunately, no. The first skill check was advantage. The next one will not be. Unless you have like a magic item or some sort of feat or something that gives you advantage for attempting to disarm traps, which you might. Or you
I don't.
disarm traps or open locks. Regardless. A 16 is high enough that the lock is no longer held. The chest could be attempted to be opened at this point.
We heard a ping. Say, all right, that's step one. We're going to want to deal with the rest of this first. That'll be my turn. I'll stay by it, and I'll keep eyes on the countdown in preparation for whatever will happen and whatever I shall discern come next round.
Absolutely.
That's me.
Yozora, what you got?
Well, I'm going to follow One Who Leans' example, run over with a Misty Step at the end so I can get close enough to see what the blue heck's going on.
Of course. You can even start with the Misty Step if you want to be real crazy.
Well, I'm just going to get over there and it's like, there we go.
Are you insane? Starting with a Misty Step?
It's just unheard of.
How uncouth.
Monocle.
But yes, you are absolutely able to use this enough movement speed and Misty Step to get as close as you wish.
Well, I need to know what's going on. Okay, so what am I walking into? It's like gets the information. It's like basically shows up. It's like, okay, what the heck just happened? Sees the runes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing gets told what the heck's going on.
You see Dub with his fingers in the pie. His fingers in the proverbial pie.
Right. I want to do an Arcana. Am I still able to do an Arcana check?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to take a look at the tethered mark because I think that's the one that immediately affects the three of them in the circle.
All right. You want to check out the tethered mark itself. Go ahead, make an Arcana check.
16.
Nice, nice. That is enough. The tethered mark, as you are taking a look at it and discerning the intricacies and the specifics of the magic that both binds your companions and the chest, you're able to work out that if any of your companions ends their turn, basically if they move too far away in a certain amount of time, more than 30 feet from either the chest or one of the other marked individuals, they will deal lightning damage to everyone that has a mark.
Wow.
Okay.
This really has been a bonding experience.
Yeah,
Please
that's
tell me
it.
that you share that information because I was gonna want.
Give me 2 seconds. I wanted to double check. Is there anything else?
The tethered mark can be either mechanically bypassed by removing the plate anchoring it, or magically bypassed with a successful Arcana check that is specifically to dispel the magic or through the use of the dispel magic spell.
Righty. So, Zora's going to speak up. Is like, guys, don't get too far away from the chest. Basically points a general location. And stay very close to each other. If you guys get too far apart from the chest or each other, it'll zap you.
I see.
Um,
Well, I guess
can I
we'll.
see the?
Hmm?
Can I see what's causing the tethered mark? Or is that not available from my angle?
It seems to be that the discharge, specifically with the lightning damage that dealt it to everybody, also marked them. And the mark itself seems to be anchored to the chest through a plate that conducts the magic.
Okay. I'm going to point towards that plate. We can remove that plate, specifically looking at Dove, or if I can get close enough and dispel it, we'll take care of that mark so you guys can move away from it and each other.
Does the plate? Can it just be forced off?
Yes.
It can be. Though, given everything, I'm not sure that would be a good idea. I don't know enough about what this magic, and I need to get more time.
We're about to find out.
That is essentially the mechanical way to disarm it.
Saying something in characters that is a free action, right? You can just...
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, you
Finn
can
did
just
it.
talk.
Yeah. This one would recommend all three of you consume a good mushroom as soon as possible.
Overheal. That was above table.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. That's a good idea, actually.
And that concludes my turn. I don't think I can do anything else with everything I did just then.
All right.
Okay, and I'll be right back.
All right. Philomene. So you've heard all this information now. You now understand the tether. If you get too far from the chest or one of the other two companions that is marked, everybody's going to start taking some lightning damage. You've heard kind of some of the other stuff. There's definitely different devices at work here. There's different components to it. What would you like to do?
Bellamy is going to focus on the plate that was brought up, and she's gonna want to survey the whole situation with one specific intent in mind. First, two things to know. First, she's gonna want to know if the thing can be disabled by simply smashing it to pieces. And second, she's gonna want to get just a very quick instinctive idea of how much time she has, how much time everyone has to disable the chest. Like we have
Okay, I'm
fractions
back.
of seconds, minutes, hours, what?
Okay. An investigation check could get you the information on the time. Successful enough, or a high enough successful investigation check would let you figure out which devices and how much time is left for each of them. As for smashing, Yozora would have been able to ascertain that smashing the device and potentially the chest would not be a great idea, as it would likely set off the other two traps. Well, two of the other components.
Yeah,
Forcing.
please don't.
Prying off would probably be the better idea.
All right, I'm gonna do the investigation for the time. Then.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Oh,
Take a
come
good hard
on.
look at it, and unfortunately, you're not able to get much more other than it definitely seems like there is a timer and it is counting down. You're not sure how much more time there is, though.
Right, but I'm gonna still try to just get a little bit of info here, if you don't mind. Just from judging from the number of symbols, even without understanding them, does there seem like there's 5 symbols worth of time, or like we're looking at a fraction of a second to react before it goes up? Like
There
should be
is
something like instinctive rush of the moment idea, right?
There is unfortunately not enough for you to guess that at this point.
Hmm, damn it.
You definitely don't get a sense that it would be days worth of time.
No, obviously not. Um,
I have a crowbar
Alright.
in my jacket, if you need it.
and we've ascertained that. Right. Do you have any action economy to do to get more info on something?
What?
Do you have any action economy left to get more info on something?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can try the investigation check again if you want to try and learn more. You can attempt to disarm one of them. In this case, it sounds like likely trying to pry off the plate would be one you could attempt. But yeah, you may attempt the investigation check again if you want to try and learn more.
Okay. We don't know enough yet to know if it's wise to pry off the plate, right?
I'm okay with it.
We'll see what happens. Who cares?
I mean, Philomene right now doesn't care about the content of the chest. She just cares about keeping everyone safe. If it means
Absolutely,
smashing-
absolutely.
If it's mean smashing the thingy into pieces, that's what she's gonna do. But
Quick above the table question here for the DM, because I'm double checking something. Can one layer bless? So if say one who leans casts bless and then I cast bless, would that add a two d4 to any of these rolls?
No.
saving-
No, it doesn't stack, and bless wouldn't help in this situation.
Specifically, I'm thinking about the saving rolls.
I mean, yeah, it would help with the
hurts.
saving throws. I
That's
guess.
specifically what I'm thinking is like
Yeah, saving throws it would help.
because
that's like okay. Okay, question answered. Thank you. Sorry, back to what you're doing.
You're good. I'm gonna prioritize guidance so they get some help on the checks.
Okay,
because
then I'll get blessed.
Philomene is all about trying to pry off the plate if that doesn't set up anything else. But if she doesn't know that it was set up saying something else, she's not quite ready to try that. Meanwhile, what I'm considering here is the assumptions is just having everyone stand behind me and me behind my shield. If it comes to work.
Oh, that's an interesting thing. Just given the first attack that we got, honestly, it seemed like the lightning came down upon us instead of
Right, the lightning, but we now know the lightning is on the emitter of distance,
Can find out.
whereas the rest is what I'm worried about.
You can find out.
Right.
If you want more
Let's-
information, you do the investigation.
Let's do the investigation on that, on trying to figure out what could get set up on that. You call all that, Mark?
Absolutely. If you want to do another investigation check, hit it up.
Oh, come on!
Oof, unfortunate.
What's wrong with the fucking dice?
This may be why I was
Randomness.
suggesting to play to your strength.
My strengths tell me to yank the thing into the lake.
Play to some of your strength.
Was pretty low chance that you would manage to get worse.
Hmm.
No, that's
Don't
it.
tempt it. Don't tempt it.
Well, I mean, that's my investigations now, so the last thing that Philomene will do is just a very quick hand signal to Bohan, and Bohan will move into position
Mhm.
right here, ready to punt the chest or smash it at whatever command Philomene gives.
All right. Wither.
All right. So, this is going to be interesting. Okay.
There's lots more to learn. plenty of more treats in the old wiki library.
So one thing I'm actually going to do as an action, and I don't know how it's going to affect the action economy, is what one who leans mentioned. Since we're already hurting, I am going to where is it at? Where are my good berries at?
It's a good mushroom. Please respect the craft.
Sorry, good mushroom. I'm sorry. I don't know where they.
Oh.
It's weird. Not
I only have
seeing
one.
it on my stuff. It's probably.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for where my good mushrooms are. It's not in my.
Right at the top of your consumables, above your potions.
Yeah, I see them on your sheet.
In my inventory? Because my inventory is blank.
What?
My man.
My inventory is completely blank. Somehow.
What?
Yeah, it's showing
good to me.
completely blank. That's weird.
It's
Like
good
it
to
doesn't
me
show
too.
my weapons, it doesn't show my equipment, it doesn't show. It just says all the different things: weapons, equipments, consumables,
Yeah.
tools, container.
You might want to reload the page, because even I just quickly took a look at.
Let me try again here real fast then.
Yeah, I can see my mushrooms.
Well,
I didn't look that in depth. I just wanted to see if I could see items.
Well, you got two of them, and just in case, in the interest of progress, it's 1d6 plus 4 healing.
Because I see all my features. I'm looking at my attributes. I see my spell books, my effects, and my biography. It's weird.
Okay, well,
Make
we
sure.
can press forward, and you can just use the dice roll.
So on your inventory, there's action, bonus action, reaction. Make sure you don't have those selected.
There we go. That's it.
Mhm.
That's what happened. I must have accidentally clicked it when I was doing it.
Yeah, that'll start filtering it for the different things that are different in action economy.
All right. Now I can find it. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. I forgot it does that sometimes.
There you go, 9 points of healing.
That works. 9 points of healing.
That's
So
a great
that-
good berry.
Mhm.
So that would
Right.
be because I took 5, so that means I've got 4 plus over healing, I guess, right?
Yep, 4 HP worth of overhealing.
If it's a great good berry, does that mean it requires 2 hands to eat?
Yeah, it's basically an apple.
Well, it's a
It's
well,
a
it's a
great
good
fruit.
well, it's a good mushroom. So
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. You
It's
definitely
a
want to go 2 hand on that thing.
yeah,
It's the size of a soup bowl.
so you might need 2 hands.
Okay, so that runs as my action. So
You
just,
know,
as an
just
action.
so 2 hands just so you get all the good juice, you know?
That's a great panic move, by the way. Like, quick, everybody put my mushrooms in their mouth.
I'll shove them deep inside my mouth. Anywho,
Be sure to take the time to suck on it a little bit, right?
Panic throat.
gotta give it the right attention, you know. So, let's see. Am I still able to do an investigation on some of these runes?
Absolutely. You may still roll investigation on any of the different things that have not been identified. The only one that's been identified is the tethered mark at this point.
Okay. I kind of want to get a look at this. Let's see. The explosive glyph. What would I need to I would just need to do a basic investigation of it.
If you wanna take bets, I have a pretty good idea of what that might do.
Don't give it away.
I mean, I know what would give it away, but I mean, how to disarm it and that kind of stuff.
No, absolutely. For you, it would need to be an investigation check. As you are not proficient in Arcana, you would not be able to use Arcana on it.
Okay. I'm really not good at it. It's not like
It's a bit nice.
You stare at it for a moment, scratch your chin, and thought, no idea. It's definitely a glyph, and it definitely seems as if it's similar to a glyph you might have seen for something like fireball or any sort of fiery explosion. You're not sure what it means, when it might activate, how it might activate, what might trigger it, or how to prevent it. At least with that check.
he just sighs and looks at it and just it does something.
It does stuff.
Do I have any more action economy after that?
Absolutely. You can still, you can, again, attempt to disarm, or you can try to learn more.
Oh, wow.
It was the which one was it? The tethering mark. We deduced that it would be prying it off would deactivate it, I guess.
Probably.
Yep, you may attempt to pry the plate that is attached to the chest off. That seems to be the focal point and the, I guess, activator for the tether.
Okay. What kind of check would that be?
That would be a strength check in this case.
So athletics would be good, or just a straight strength check.
If you have proficiency in athletics, you may use athletics to do so.
Yep. Yep, I am proficient in athletics. So
Hell yeah.
I am going to attempt it.
I don't suppose that if Wither's gonna attempt that, I can keep a keen eye to see if it reacts in any way to his attempt.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, basically you'll find out when Wither attempts to pry it off if that does anything to it.
Okay,
We're still on the fucking around stage.
here we go.
I don't know how you can just take my crowbar from my pocket, from my what are you boyin' jacket.
Yep, I'll reach into, because I know where it's at this point from earlier. So I reach in and grab the pry bar and just pull.
Cling. Strong boy.
Is it enough?
Unfortunately,
Mm.
a 13 is not enough to pry it completely off.
Does the crowbar help?
As you jam the bar, does that give you advantage or anything
Oh, I don't know.
What?
on prying or anything? A crowbar?
It does. It
That's what I
does.
was-
Convenient.
Crowbar grants advantage to strength checks where the crowbar's leverage can be applied.
Then yeah, absolutely, you have advantage on that check. A 14, however, is good enough.
Yes!
Yeah.
Thank
Gotta love that plus
Oh,
one, huh?
that narrow margin. Shit.
Oh my god.
As you jam the crowbar in underneath the plate, for a minute it seems as if the crowbar is just going to slip out and you're not going to have the leverage. However, you manage to steady it, you get a good wrenching on it, leverage it underneath that plate, and the plate is pried off. You see a few sparks of magic energy kind of fizzle off of it, but the plate falls to the ground and the tether disappears from yourselves and from the chest.
Good work.
Yay!
So the tether is now deactivated and will no longer be part of the chest.
I call dibs on the magical stuff. If any of this survives this mess.
I had to take a swig straight from the bottle after that one.
That does, however, use up your economy. Will bring you to the end of your initiative.
All right.
Wait for a recession.
As you are all watching the chest, you watch as the chilled runes, these frost glyphs, settled into place and seem to lock in and illuminate and begin to pulse. One who leans, it is your initiative.
Well, don't really have enough information, but I still kind of have to do it just to maximize our chances, so I'm just going to step in.
Is this Torchlight music?
Possibly. I will. Let's see. Because Dove is right after me, but Philimy has more strength. Well, just in case you can reveal some interesting stuff, I'm gonna guidance Seldov.
Okay.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Came
And
up.
we talked about something. Don't know if it's gonna help, but I kind of want to try. Since Seldov made me spore like a teenager with his specialty, I'm gonna shake my head above the chest and like, get some on the wood and try to druid craft it to start rotting. See if I can, I don't know, maybe help make the plates more detachable.
The chest seems to resist the magic. But you absolutely are able to give guidance out to Dove, no problem, yeah.
Gotcha. And I guess last thing I'm gonna do is, I don't know,
Thank you.
try to investigate the frost runes.
Absolutely. Since you are, aren't you?
I'm not.
You are not proficient in Arcana. Okay, then
No,
yeah,
no.
it would have to be an investigation check.
Not proficient in that either.
Oof.
But it's literally the same roll, so you know what? I'm
Fair.
still gonna roll Arcana. Hey,
I'm the only
look
one
at
with
that.
a
Nice.
Great.
Nice.
Sometimes just looking at it hard enough teaches you. At the start of the third initiative for the chest, this ability automatically triggers. Any target within 30 feet of the chest must make a destitution?
You have my
A
interest?
dexterity save. Yeah, it's Dex and Con, yeah. Must make a dex save or become immobilized and take 3d6 cold damage. On a save, the target is not immobilized and they take half as much damage. So you do know now that at the start of the chest's next initiative, this will trigger. There will be frost damage within 30 feet of the chest, and anybody in that area will need to make the dex save or become immobilized as they are frozen in place.
Shit. How do we stop it?
Definitely gonna communicate that to everybody.
Do you know?
That's a lot.
Do you see how?
Detaching the plate seems to have worked for the previous trap.
Oh crap.
We got 2 proficient athletics, so we should have 2 shots at it.
And I'm gonna remain here for now. We can go to Seldov's turn.
Absolutely. All right, Dove, you know that the frost glyphs, the chilled runes, will activate. They can be disarmed.
Did Owl give me any indication on how it, in particular, could be disrupted? Besides the
It's
inference.
very similar to the plate.
Okay.
You can, if you are proficient in Arcana, which unfortunately you are not, you could use Arcana to specifically undo the weaves. You could dispel magic per the spell, or in this case, you could pry the runes out of the face. There are 2 runes, so it would be 2 checks.
Wither kind of opens his hands with the pry bar in his hand.
I'll leave that to you and Felemy. And I'll look... This one's kind of imperative. I will look to see if there are gear mechanisms keeping these plates. You said like the rooms came together and set in place. If there are moving parts that had set these plates into place that I may disengage to slide them away. So not brute
it'd be the
forcing
same
it.
type of check. It'd be, again, 2 sleight of hands or thieves' tools checks if you wanted to try and mechanically bypass it. It is
Okay.
a single check for magically bypassing it, which is the advantage disadvantage there.
Yeah, damn. Okay, cool. So I can do it a little more surgically than
Yeah.
strength.
So yeah, just ripping the plates out of the face. You can't try to carefully bypass it.
You don't gotta smash the shelves. You can just unscrew. Come on. Then I will. I'll do that. The first one I trust will have guidance. Well, I guess, can I just choose to use guidance on which? It's gotta be the first one.
Guidance is a minute.
It's not-
Like it's on every roll.
It's on the first. It lasts for a minute, but it's on one. And it's
Yeah.
it's gonna be, now I remember, it's the first. It's Bardic Inspiration you can choose to use, but guidance is the first
Yeah.
one.
Gotcha.
And yeah, it's just a cantrip. It's easy peasy. It'd be fucking mad if it would just be for free. Continuously.
I'm assuming the biggest circle is the range for the first room.
Yeah, okay.
Boom.
Correct.
It's not the first one though. It's one of your choice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Shit, okay. I guess before I know that it succeeds or fails, but after I roll. Here we go.
Oh no,
Hmm.
you have to announce that you're using it before rolling, I think.
Get 2 shots.
You can choose to use it before or after you roll, but it's got to be use it before you know if you passed or succeeded.
Yeah.
Understood.
There you go.
So like if you see you roll really low and you think, well, maybe guidance will save that.
I'm gonna hang on to it. For now.
Yeah, fair. A 21 is more than enough. You are able to bypass one of the runes. Man, words are hard today. You are able to bypass one of the runes. The other one is, however, still active.
One down. I'll just nod at Bellamy. Let's try this one. Okay. 15.
With a 15, you are also able to bypass the second one. It seems as if for now, the chilled runes has been bypassed and disabled
Wonderful.
and will not trigger the start of the trap's next initiative.
Oh, thank fuck. And I trust that's my...
What does that-
Oh, can I munch? Can I... Can I eat the mushroom?
Can you double fist a good
Can I
mushroom?
double fish a good mushroom?
Yes, you may eat a mushroom.
Okay, yummy. Thank you. I'm a good boy and I get a reward.
It's true, you are a good boy.
Wither
Ooh.
decides to reach across and head pats
Hell yes.
Sildov.
Damn.
He just...
That is a good mushroom.
Please don't distract the technician here.
There is a moment, there is a look, like, at first of, like, how dare you? But then it's, like, kind of a tsundere, like, but baka.
That's a max heal good mushroom.
I guess. How do I add? Forget how to add temp.
For anybody watching, those are supposed to heal for 1.
Yeah, God. Benny's over there, and Storm Rider's just sneezing about his good berry. He's like, he's feeling that bottom energy about it.
When the DM is nice and gives you the buffs to your heals.
Yeah, what is that? That gives you 8 temp HP. Hell yeah, that's high.
That's very nice.
And plus temp. 8. Great.
But yeah, that's going to complete
That
Dove's initiative for this round. Yozora, things
So
are a little bit more alarming and then a little bit less alarming.
Righty. So, see, I'm seeing as it seems like, if I'm staying close enough to help, I'm in range of being zapped or blown up or frozen or whatnot.
True.
I'm going to move closer to get a good look at the explosive glyph.
By all means. An Arcana check, since you are proficient in it, is sufficient to learn more.
Okay. Dice, don't fail me now, please. Yes!
Nice.
The
Easy.
explosive glyph, correct?
That was the plan. Next up's the
All
cascading
right.
reset.
All right, so with the explosive glyph, this one will trigger at the beginning of the 6th initiative for the chest. So round 6, at the start of its turn, the ability will automatically trigger. This is a massive detonation that will shake the area and any targets within 40 feet.
Oh, God.
Deck save, or you take 48 fire damage, and you'll be at a disadvantage on your next saving throw.
Oh.
This
God.
ability also resets all of the locks and traps on the chest and returns it to its initial neutral state before even the lightning discharge.
Oh, okay.
What's the problem?
Zora's gonna, like, okay. Oh, convenient. Never mind. I don't get to copy that. It's like, but as looking at the explosive glyphs, like, we need to take care of these quickly. From what I can gather, not only will looks around all of us be subject to a equivalent to a fireball, from what I've heard. It will somehow magically completely reset this chest of all the traps and everything we've disabled.
Well, not as much damage as a fireball, but still.
Nice. That's,
It's a
I don't wanna take
convenient analogy.
Well, shit. This is exciting, but could you do something about that rune then? Possibly.
I'm sure as hell gonna try.
Oh, I clicked it. Looks like I fail if it goes off.
We're chucking the whole thing in the lake. Explosion.
I like that idea. Just stuck in the lake. Lake explodes.
Hey, fish for everyone. Anyways, with
Geyser.
that Arcana check, is it just pure magic, or is there another plate we can disassemble it somehow?
This is another one that is magically trapped, essentially. So you can, again, use an Arcana check to attempt to unweave the magic. You may use the Dispel Magic spell. Or, again, it can be disarmed mechanically by either removing a plate or performing 2 checks to remove it with tools and such.
Roger that. Okay. So I am going to use another Arcana check to try and unweave.
Unweave the magic.
Yes. Here we go.
I wanna
16.
nice. I want to put the chest in an arella.
As you stare hard at this explosive glyph, you see the edges of the weaves and the threads of magic that have comprised it. You begin picking apart at them, slowly unraveling it thread by thread, small little piece of elemental by element, as you tear through the different archon elements that make it up and slowly dissolve it back into basic etheric energy that kind of just floats away on the waves of cosmic energy that are always floating through reality.
Glad it was an IRTC.
You are able to do so. The glyph
Awesome.
eventually dissipates and is no longer active. It will not explode on the 6th round at the moment.
At the moment. Yeah, that's what the cascading reset has me worried about. Anyways, Yozora through this whole thing has their hands out, just over hovering over the glyph, and their eyes are glowing amber. After the moment, it's like everybody who can see the glyph just watches as it fades away. It's like, got it.
Huh. Pretty.
It's like we've got. Wait, I think that's all I can do at this point. Yeah.
And that's 3 of them.
3 down.
Yep.
A very good job.
I think there's a couple more triggers here, so be ready.
Of course.
Perhaps
Thank you.
you could disarm the
Good work.
rest of the mechanism.
Yeah, and I think that's
Okay.
all I can do. Let's see, did the Arcana check? Did the disarm? Yeah, I think that's about all I can do, unless I'm allowed to do another Arcana check on Cascading Reset.
Unfortunately, you are out of action economy for this.
I thought as much,
At the
but
moment.
doesn't have to ask.
Which brings us to Philomene.
Yep.
So, Philomene, you know that several of the components are now disarmed. Your companions have successfully managed to remove the tether. You're no longer tethered. They have removed the activation potentiality for both the chilled and explosive glyphs and runes on it. You can still see that it is counting down, and the different mechanical components are still turning and clicking and whirring away. So it still seems to be working and active. It is just much less of a threat at the moment. And you also know it's unlocked, technically.
Do I seem to detect anything that can still get activated? Or anything that we didn't know of previously, rather?
With a successful investigation check, you may be able to find that out.
It's getting reset.
Alright, we'll go with
I
that.
do not like that. I like that name.
If the dice will let me. Oh, come on!
Oh my
You
goodness.
had
It
to
seems
say
as if the
something.
mechanical complexities still manage to elude you for the moment.
Well, you rolled a 3, then 2, and then another 3. So, sequentially speaking, you're not bound for greatness on investigation right now.
It's a goddamn
All
SAT
right.
test question.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to Dove and say, alright, from what I could tell and what you've all said, it seems to be safe to open for the time being.
Hmm.
But I'm not counting on it, and if you tell me to chuck the thing into the lake, I will. I'm standing ready. So
Appreciate it.
just tell me when, just the word, and me and Boan will go to town on the thing.
Well, if we want to try to get into it any further, which, let's be honest, I'm craving it, we could always help.
I'm just there for everything, for if everything goes wrong. And that, by the way, that means if anything goes wrong, you all rush behind me. Am I clear on that?
I'll keep it in mind.
And with that, wait, was there anything else left for a wiki check?
You can still investigate the cascading reset or the lightning discharge, I suppose.
Right.
This one will go behind you, but remember that it cannot duck.
Quack, quack,
just lean down to the ground.
Yeah. Did he lean like one of the fucking drinking birds, like just to the side, like?
All right, so gonna go for the cascading reset, and while I'm doing that, while I'm observing and thinking on it, I'm gonna absentmindedly munch on a mushroom.
Absolutely. Nom nom nom.
Just a casual, contemplative deep throat.
So that's 7 total healing. You'll get 2 temp HP. Yeah, hell yeah.
I need a good snack to help me think.
I understand. Oh, I get it.
I need a good thing to help me snack.
Oh, usually I need a good twink to help me snack.
There you go.
And I think that will be the end of my turn. And
Twink or
These are
Twix, you
kinda-
just
Well, aren't
spread
you
them in
doing
leg.
Yeah, don't forget to actually roll your investigation check.
They're great for sharing.
oh, right. Sorry, I'm being absent-minded here.
Mhm.
Finally,
Competency.
that's something not a single digit.
Vindication.
All right, with a 13, you're not able to get all the information, but you do get a little bit. You are now able to understand that the Cascadian Reset is the overall kind of like uniting mechanism that runs all the traps, all the glyphs, and everything. And at a certain time, will reset everything back to its natural neutral state, and in so doing, will reset and replenish all the traps. It seems even ones that have been removed physically.
Damn.
If we're told that, it's like hazarding a guess. We've got until when the fireball glyph the explosive glyph would go off.
I think that's going to take
Good-
my attention.
Good assumption.
Because I know it was said that the explosive glyph would reset everything back to their neutral state, but this seems like it'd be what would actually cause that to happen.
Possibly. Sort of picking at my teeth with my thieves' tools, looking.
Yeah, just give it like a hard look. All right. That'll bring us back to the top with Wither.
All right, so let's do an investigation on the lightning charge.
Okay.
Or lightning discharge, I should say.
By the way, which turn are we at now?
This is round 3.
Okay.
This is the round the frost glyph would have triggered.
Okay, so there's that. So what does that tell me about the
Hmm,
lightning discharge
nice.
and how to disarm it?
All right, the lightning discharge would deal 1d10 lightning damage to anyone within 15 feet of the chest. So it's the smallest of the circles there. You may attempt the con save to withstand the shock and reduce the damage to half. Anyone that is hit by the lightning damage from lightning discharge is automatically marked. And the lightning discharge triggers immediately after either failing to unlock the chest or each time a disarm attempt fails.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Luckily, no actual disarm attempts have failed.
Mm-hmm.
Would it still
Okay.
activate with the plate gun?
Other than the first initial one that
Imagine.
started all this when it was unlocked without bypassing or disarming any of the traps.
And the way to disarm it?
Hi, Time Lord.
This one is a mechanical device. Seems that it stores an electric charge that it dissipates in an area,
Damn it.
and it just so happens that the electric discharge is magical in nature itself and delivers the tethering mark. but the actual device itself is mechanical. So it can be done with either a sleight of hand or by breaking or smashing it, which also has a chance to break or smash the chest and its contents.
Mhm.
Now, I've got an above table question on this.
Yeah, what's up?
So, since Saildove is already blessed, can I still assist and give them more advantage to
I am not
not
blessed.
number the number of advantages that they can have?
I am not blessed anymore. It was
And
guidance.
guidance has
I'm
been
sorry.
used, but to answer the question, if somebody has guidance on them, yes, you may still offer them assistance to grant them advantage on the roll.
Okay. Trying to think.
My jaw is tense. Mm.
And I'm deep in thought. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something here real quick.
Slap
If there was a
you
camera
on the
facing it, it
fire.
would probably be like a stereotypical, like this super villain from an anime with their hands crossed in
Oh
front
yeah,
of their face.
Gendo Akari. Just
Yeah, that'd be like you.
I'm gonna go a little bit off of this a little bit, and I'm actually going to look over to Yozora.
Hmm.
I'm here to help you,
Mhm.
and I'm going to assist him. I'm going to have a held action to assist him in the off chance, because it seems like Saildove has everything under control
Ah,
by the fact that he just so nimbly took out one by himself with 2
Mhm.
turns.
I like it. You flatter me.
Yep, showing confidence towards Saildove and towards Yozora. But of the two, I would like to give Yozora the assistance, and that I believe would be the end of my turn, if I'm not mistaken.
On the chest's initiative, there is a loud clicking sound, but nothing happens. One who leans.
Fabulous.
That's me. Well, Seldov has it.
Forgot I was on
so
push to talk. Oops.
I'm gonna guidance Seldov again, and then also
Thank you.
ready to help him with whatever dexterity check
Hmm.
needs to make.
All right.
All right, you're going to be offering assistance to Dove.
On top of the guidance,
Mhm.
and that'll be my turn.
Absolutely, I dig it. Dove, that brings us to you. You have guidance and assistance.
Wonderful. My concern. I'm not. The explosive mark is done. The cold runes are done. The
We've still got
tethered
that
mark is
cascading
done.
reset.
That's my concern. My concern is this one. We don't want to undo all of our hard work. Can I access it?
Disarm the whole thing.
Can I get to it?
On which one? The reset?
Yes.
You may, in fact, at this point, attempt to disarm the reset.
Grab my hips. I'm going in.
Give you a guiding spank on the butt.
And
Probably a
because
good
this is a massive issue as far as the chest goes, I'm using guidance. 27.
A 27 is more than enough and then some. You are able to, with aplomb, disable the cascading reset and therefore the overall device that controls this chest's traps and locking mechanisms, completely bypassing and disabling the complex trap and taking us out of initiative order.
Yay!
Yes, fabulous.
Bam.
Just pink.
A fantastic job.
Thank you. Ah,
That
ah,
run.
Mostly.
doesn't it just make you feel alive?
No.
Ah.
I hope the contents are worth the effort.
I'm picking
Oh.
up
I'm
this
sorry,
from
but
you,
I gotta
Cliff.
do this.
Oh, wasn't the thrill enough?
Wither dives straight for the chest.
He's going in. Oh, shit.
In curiosity.
Dexterity check to try and catch him.
Sure, absolutely.
Just fucking cast Entangle.
Shit.
Okay.
I'm not catching him this time. Phooey.
Oh, someone's enthusiastic. Well, I knew that already.
I'm distracted by. It's like I want to grab the.
You caught me still.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god. In his,
Aw, baby.
he stumbles
I think
I guess Yozora just stumbles right on top of me. I guess.
I was distracted because like I want to pick up the panels that we tore off of this thing because I want to examine them later. Knowledge and all that fun stuff. Spun around and basically just no.
you'll
Barely-
do that.
Barely grabs you by your shoulder, I guess. No.
You both
He didn't-
stumble
he didn't
together,
say
bump your-
anything.
Bump your
Yeah.
heads and fall.
Yeah, you
That works.
see Wither lunging at the chest. You reach out quickly to try and grab them, and the two of you collapse onto the ground, rolling on the bones and the dead leaves and branches in the area.
It's
as
so
you both
romantic.
lose your footing.
Oh,
I
oh
assume
no.
This is what a necromancer feels
I
like.
had to do that. I'm sorry.
We've fallen on each other. Oh, how embarrassing.
Get off.
Please don't damage the chest too much.
I'll
Might
leave.
still be useful if we need to seal anything sensitive in the future.
Man, that's not a bad idea. But I'll lean over the chest and just look at Wither just smeared on the ground and be like, "Oh, you wanted to see?" And just open it in front of him. Just yeah. like the Pulp Fiction case.
Wither still continues to struggle trying to get to the chest, but knows he's not gonna be able to do it.
Ooh, it's a good chest.
Ooh.
I would hope so after all the
Yummy.
bullshit we just went through.
Ooh, it's a good chest.
Oh, yummy.
After
Oh my
thinking
goodness.
about a hamburger saying what and Christian Revelation text, you look at Seldov as he opens the chest and go, "We good?"
Oh, yeah.
You know, his door's gonna
Full
eventually
Pulp
just
Fiction.
shove Wither to the side, like get off, and then stand back up.
So soon.
Philomene will grab Withers off of Yozora and just basically lay him down on the ground and then just lounge straight up on
Thank you,
onto him
servants.
to keep him from moving.
Hey, hi.
Wither kind of looks up and gives that look of what, round 2?
Hush, kitty. Later.
Oh, yay.
Yozora hearing that just like looks over at Chibi Susuke. Remind me, the next time we are near a shop, I need to buy earplugs.
Oh, what do we get?
Let's find out. I was hoping to be
Alright.
something good after. I know the roll said so, but it's like I was hoping to be something good after
Oh,
the
yeah.
multi-step process to unlock this damn thing.
Yeah, okay, so not only was it good, it is good.
Mhm.
The first roll is always bonus loot. This had bonus loot, and the second roll is how good is that bonus loot, and that bonus loot is good. So I need to pull out actually a couple more tables to roll on, but there are a couple of items in there that I will tell you about immediately. Sitting on the very top, as there is a fairly large assortment of goods in this chest, you see some very nice silk cloth. There are a couple of leather pouches. There is what looks to be a very ornate set of scale mail that is in here, and the mail links on it look as if they are made specifically to be replica dragon scales. So they're not actually like ripped off a dragon and then used to make the mail. They are only shaped to look as if they were from a dragon, but it looks very much like natural dragon mail. Just touching it and kind of running your fingers over it, you are able to know it's just metal.
Curses.
As if-
the armor,
As
right?
if reverent of dragons, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. And it does have a magic kind of resonance to it, so you know it is a magical item.
Mm.
There is also a small leather case, looks to be like you would imagine an eyeglasses case, perhaps,
Hmm.
that also has a hint of magic resonance to it if you pass your hand over it and you happen to be magically inclined, which is just about all of you.
Hmm.
There's also some other stuff, which I'm going to roll for now. We'll see what all that is. Where's that?
Okay.
There's
While you're rolling for that, I'm going to be right back. Water and a bio break.
Okay. Definitely interested. Definitely interested in that leather case. Part of me is hoping it's just fucking like super thieves' tools.
Super. cool.
We did get something like that in Swashbucklers. Eldritch gave us, I think they were like black onyx, unbreakable thieves' tools.
Mhm.
I have a.
So that's pretty
skeleton
good.
key.
Oh,
Like
shit.
Tables.
As in, wait, one who leans? Did we get one of those from like the mines?
No. I mean,
It's just
like,
among your.
in my
goods.
list of shit that I can give you.
Inclusive, of course, of agony.
Oh yeah.
There's also a pair
30.
of boots in here.
Hmm. Dibs on the boots of Spider Climb.
Oh no.
Lol.
Oh, that one's so.
Honestly, I think Dove would probably have been playing up
Nice.
Holy!
the illusion that he's been wearing boots of Spider Climb this entire time.
Okay, so I don't know if it's all that accumulated karma from my bad rolls, but
I'll take it. I'm here for this. Big numbers. Big numbers on the loot tables. Good.
What was that? That was an 18 or 89. 18.
Scale mail.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome.
I did not realize I was in Resident Evil 4. I'm in the wrong universe.
Got the jacket
So
for it.
We've been told that we've gotten boots so far while you were gone, so.
Okay, boots. I will write that down.
A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
Soul Calibur?
Or Darkest Dungeon. Was that Soul Calibur? Okay.
Ha! I'm still in the wrong universe. Crap. I haven't even played Soul Calibur and I knew that quote. Crap.
There is finally, along with everything else in there, there is a couple of paintings.
Hmm.
One seems to be a painting of a dragon. The other one seems to be a painting of
Okay.
an. Which one is this? Of a siren.
ooh, is she cute?
She is.
Did you say
Appears to be a
painting?
siren of some renown, possibly a noble or someone royalty or I don't know, someone notoriety, but a siren.
Okay, when you say siren, because I don't remember what the D&D ones are. Are they like bird people or fish people?
This one is very specifically a bird-like, almost a harpy, though they have wings as well as arms.
Okay.
Do they have the same cultural associations with temptation?
They are known to be a seductive, salacious group.
Well, of course,
Any-
we get the painting of a salacious woman.
Any lascivious character to that painting?
Unfortunately, not. It is a very well made and very respectful portrait.
Gotcha.
Classy, right?
Mhm.
So, and the other one was of a dragon?
And the other one appears to be of a dragon,
Okay.
specifically a gold dragon in flight.
Look,
Mm.
offerings of goodwill for our destination.
Given their apparent demeanor, I would say offering.
And with those, there's also a twisted bit of wood that is carved so that it looks like it has a face or like a snake or something at one end, and its mouth is open as if it's going to consume.
Hmm.
Oh, look, my pimp cane.
Sticks to snakes. Yeah, hell yeah. You got your lean already.
Okay, just gotta make sure I've got all this stuff written down. I wish one thing we have is silk cloth, leather pouches with something in it, scale mail with some sort of magical touch, small leather eyeglass type case with magic, boots. Not sure if I was told that was magical. Gold dragon in flight painting, and a siren painting, and a twisted bit of wood with a snake slice type face at the end.
Yep, both the stick and the boots resonate magic as well.
How twisted is it? The wood.
It is in the shape of a J,
Okay. Ouch.
and it seems like a knotted, gnarled piece of wood.
It is my pimp cane. Okay. What? How can we attempt some? I guess Yozora, maybe. Given
The whole party,
poke-
the whole party just like turns to Yuzora, like,
Yeah. I'm gonna
How
poke-
do you
poke-
attempt to use
Yep,
a
just a blank stare. Like, can you look at all this stuff for us, please?
Yeah,
And Wither just kind of smiles.
Magic?
His curiosity's still.
I'm gonna
There.
poke Yozora on the shoulder. You got this, and guidance him.
little
Roger
help,
that.
magic daddy.
And I'll send an assistance his way as well.
Okay, so I guess we'll start at the top of the list with magical. So, has anybody checked the leather pouches or the cloth yet? What's in
Nobody has
them?
checked anything yet.
Okay. So I'm going to start with what I've been told is magical. So start with the scale mail. I'll just look going down my list I have here.
Ooh.
That is a 12. I'll take the guidance on that. That's a D4, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A total of
Tasty.
16.
Oh. You're back as well.
About to say, should I keep going down the list? Or wait till we get till I'm told if I figured this one out?
That a 16 is enough to figure it out. I was just grabbing it and making sure you had the right permissions to view it.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure before I jumped to conclusions and whatnot.
And again, just to check, scale mail, is that medium armor or heavy armor?
Scale mail is medium.
Ah, good.
Unfortunately, everything I looked at, it's like, oh wait, that's out of a warlock's armor area. Crap. Also, now I'm thinking about it, is I tend not to be in the middle of combat, so it probably wouldn't do that much for me.
Hey, AC is always useful.
I do try my best to make sure that the middle of the combat is me and that I am away from you. Most of the time.
There's a reason I plan on preparing Barkskin next level.
All right, which one were you going to do next?
I would probably do the open up the eyeglass case. See if it's what's magical is inside of it, or if it's actually the pouch.
As you open up the case and look inside, there is a intricately well-designed, etched in gold and covered in tiny runes, a pair of glasses. These lenses, when you wear them, might do something.
Yeah. Okay, one Arcana check on the glasses. Please let this be good. 13.
Can I just spam guidance?
Yeah, right. Can you just get
You
another
may,
one?
in fact, yes. You may all continue to offer assistance and therefore help and the advantage on the roll, as well as guidance with each one if you wish.
I am particularly interested in those. I would love to assist.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I will re-roll that then, and then we'll see if I need guidance.
I'll be key. No. I can't spell.
Nope. Okay, guidance it is. 1d4.
The man who makes a career out of looking at things. It's interested in
16.
the glasses.
16 again.
Hey, Kiki.
That is enough to identify those.
Oh, lovely.
I'm picturing one who leans just spam tapping user on the shoulder. Pep, 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 pep.
Working on it. Okay, now for the boots.
So here's the.
Oh, I don't need help on that one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
you really don't. All right. That'll identify that. Here's the scale mail.
Mm.
Ooh.
Kitty, please.
I mean, I know I can't touch that, but still. Ooh.
There are the glasses or lenses in this case.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, the skill mail is very clearly determined for someone.
Oh boy. Yeah. I hate to do that to you though. That feels like it's Wither's kind of scratching clawing toward it as he's still being pinned down.
Really, we'll stretch a bit, grab the skill mail and say, "Ooh, I wonder if Kita looks good in that."
Mhm. Dove is
Angling it just outside of you.
Dove is salivating at these glasses.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Zora's going to hand the glasses and the pouch over to Dove. It's like,
Oh, thank you so much.
now, it makes more sense for you. I think you are a bit more insightful than I am. Ooh, what's this?
There are the boots that you've identified.
Why, thank you. Ooh, those are cool.
I'm not sure I would be able to make use of those. I'm already at 30 feet, and I don't see a reason to be jumping like that. Oh, wait, 3 times the normal distance. Okay.
That
One
actually, that is interesting. That is very interesting. I can think of somebody that would be good for.
Are
And
those
it's not me. I
are
will
those
say
the
that.
Mario 64 boots?
Okay, so there was no magic on the paintings from what I've got marked here.
There was not, no.
Okay, so let's do the biscuits, the wand, the bit of wood.
Yeah, my feet are a size 4 and a size 16.
Okay, 1d4. Another 16 for crying out loud.
Yes.
I mean, that means I'm
16 Bs.
So right.
So
get this far.
Sorry. 16 seems to be the number.
Yeah, dumb question. 'Cause
Sure.
I just thought about it just because it's something comes up from Dove's passive perception. Because that was lower. The initial roll was lower than my passive Arcana. Does that mean that I should be using that?
No.
Okay, wanted to double check.
There are.
Okay.
There are some
Wand of
instances.
magic eating. Ooh.
So wand starts with 7 charges. You can use an action to expend 1 or more of its charges. You fire a magical attack at a target. It's got to be within 60 feet. If it hits, they have to make a wisdom save, or they will lose a spell slot for each charge that you expended when you fired it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That's insane. I love it.
That seems mean. It's like,
That's basically a wand of magic. Shut the fuck up.
You're not wrong.
Look, a lich. Oh, it looks like we can't do shit.
Oh well.
And it's a wisdom save too, not even intelligence.
Yeah.
This
That
is the
Wow.
anti-wizard wand. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I go any further, let's take a look at those leather pouches.
Mhm.
I want to see what's
Okay.
in them before I decide if I want to pocket the wand of magic eating.
Yeah, that'd be great for Yozora or One Who Leans.
We don't
Yeah.
have to assign who gets what just yet.
It feels like utility stuff. I think I might be able to handle that because you do have damage options. I don't really.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
you have
not
one.
wrong.
Wither's
I do
still
have-
reaching for the Dragon Master's mail.
Yeah, Philly is still just toying
grabby
with the
hands.
kitty, keeping it just out of reach.
I smell some gold coin calculations going on.
As you go through the leather pouches, they make a very metallic clink, the first 2. They are both full of gold coins when you open them and look inside.
This.
The first
Ooh.
one has 500, the second one has 400.
So total of 900 there.
And the last pouch makes more of a glass
Oops.
kind of clicking
Sorry,
sound
okay, up.
as you move it around. When you open it, it is full of precious gems and other stones that appear to be worth 50 gold each. There are 12 of them.
Mm.
Okay, give me a second here.
Mhm.
Any of them
600 gold
particularly-
total, basically.
Any of them particularly useful for spellcasting? Material?
No, just
Yeah.
pretty gems.
Okay,
Yeah,
being
perfect.
fair, gonna hand out from the gold that's 180 per person.
Ah.
And you said
Well-
600 gold each?
They're 50 gold each.
50, I mean,
so
sorry.
600 gold for the entire bag.
Yes. 600. Yeah. Frickin'.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean gems are always useful for bribes and stuff like that. Let's have them somewhere. I guess we can put them in the. Didn't we have like a?
We have
You
Ravis.
do have a handy haversack.
there
Yeah,
you go.
keeping the gems together is fine. And besides, like the way I always the comparison I always make to gems is that they're like traveler's checks in fantasy universes. Like they always have kind
Yeah,
of a
it's not
set
a bad
worth.
way to put it at all. Yeah.
I just, in case we wanted to divvy it up, I was like, okay, how do I split this? Again, I've got
3
this.
each.
Okay, so with that, it's like,
Hmm?
Yozora's going to look at the magic eating wand and just hand it over to One Who Leans.
This one thanks you.
No worries.
Was
Stay
there
safe.
anything else?
Can One Who Leans use the boots?
About to say that the boots are all that's left
No.
at this point.
I mean, technically, yes. We'll worry less about mechanically or logically, but yes, technically, anyone can use the boots.
Technically, yeah, you can cut the soles off and just wrap them around like my
Yeah,
stuff.
there you
Perfect.
go.
Because you're the only one who has less than 30 movement speed, right?
No, I have 30.
Oh, you do. You just
I
hobble
think everybody
quickly.
has
All
30.
right, great then.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for jumpy boys. Well then, shit. Wither, were you thinking me?
I was thinking you, honestly. That because,
I do have spider climb, but
but you'd be well, and you jump pretty easily, don't you?
I'm not bad. I'm not bad at it. My strength is abysmal, so my standing jump is terrible. But my running, athletic, or acrobatic leaps are very good. But I guess I could just standing jump and jump 3 feet up and stick to the ceiling, just right on the spot.
Yeah, because my acrobatics is pretty good. My athletics is really good. Um, so I don't know. I mean, because I mean I've got like I said, I've got a decent. I could it would probably improve it. I mean a little
Yeah,
bit,
I mean, I wouldn't turn it down, but it would do well for you too.
but I mean I don't want to take two big things that we got,
Oh no.
Bro.
because I'm really wanting that. I know I really want the Dragon Master's Mail.
I mean,
That's
that
the
one's
thing.
made. That one is made exactly for you.
It's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
important. It's more
Yeah, it's
important
like
to
I-
split the loot effectively rather than equally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Zora's
is a good point.
just on that is like I haven't gotten a single piece of this loot, and I don't think Phil's and me got it either.
And
Like,
besides,
okay. None of it's really good for me.
I know from experience that you don't complain when you take two things.
Fair enough. it's just in my nature that I don't want to be too greedy.
I'll take it. No, I don't want it. I have spider climb. Take it. Take it. I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, I can see
I-
both of you using it because like Seldov can like leap from roof to roof.
Yeah, it is really cool. But yeah. I mean, fuck. You want to flip for it? Let's kiss for it.
How
I can
how do you
see
want to flip
whether
for
doing
it?
that.
I can do a roll and just do call, and you guys can call high or low.
That is true.
I'll take high.
Oh,
All right, what are you
shit.
doing that? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee.
Well, I guess I'm bottoming
Okay. One roll. Yep, goes the dove.
now. All right.
It's all yours.
It pays to bottom.
And if you
And I
need,
took the high road. I'll let you have
if
it.
you, if you need random result
Mhm.
challenges like this one knows of a game called Boulder, Shears, and Vellum.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Cheers. I do like that idea.
Boulder parchment shears.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Philomene will,
and
Philomene will
vellum.
just-
High class.
Yeah.
High class rock, paper, scissors. I mean boulder parchment shears.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Philomene
They're
will-
leaving us.
Philomene will finally get up and off of Withers and start to make her way toward Withers Drake Company. Well, this is
Puppy.
a Dragon Master. This is a Dragon Master's mill, so it has to go on the Master.
Wither chases straight after and tackles her to the ground.
Gimme.
Philomene will just let you grab it.
And Wither immediately just, without any regard, just
Tuned? Oh,
rips off the studded gear right in front of everybody and throws on. Just doesn't even pay attention to,
ooh. Let me see it.
Decency,
What's it
so to speak.
about?
and just like throws it on.
Oh my god, that's perfect. Oh, so good.
How
Intense Drake Warden directly.
Oh, come on.
Wow,
Don't
that's great.
try to pretend you weren't watching earlier.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't think Dove actually saw Chibi Susuke keeping it. Or yeah, not Dove. Phil's and me saw Chibi Susuke keeping an eye on you guys so you didn't get ambushed.
Hmm.
No, she didn't see him, but come on.
Dove surely did with the little wink and a kiss over to the voyeur.
Yeah, nope, yep, yep, I remember that. Yozora just fixes Phil's and me with a deadpan look.
Thank you for all your help, Yuzura. What do you think about this chest at Cell? Whose was this? Where did it come from? A lot of stuff
I'd
about
have to-
dragons in here. Do you think it's from our neighbors up north?
Probably
After
from up north.
Philomene,
I'd have to do some checks on it. It's like Yozora's just looking at it now. But first things, I'd have to do some research on it, take a look at it. Which, above the table, I can't do until Maul gets back.
Of course.
after she stops laughing from Wither's antics, Philomene will just turn to the rest of the group and say, "You keep that chest inactive but ready. Like I said earlier, it will be mighty useful if we need to keep anything sealed off."
Let me take a look and see what if we can even reactivate it. The last thing we want to do is bring this with us and have it be completely worthless to us.
Or
As far as
worse, become dangerous again.
Yozora will nod towards Dove. Is like, yeah, that too.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
Timing.
So
I'm
what
here.
is what is the decision then?
I would like to investigate the chest and see if I can figure out anything. What makes it tick, or maybe why it's here.
Yeah, I'd like to even take a
Or
look
who made
myself
it.
to see like what are the mechanics and decorations. Like what's the design of this? Does it look like any sort of engineering I've seen before?
Is there any writing on it in any of the languages I know?
As far as reactivating it, wouldn't simply triggering purposefully the cascading reset get the whole chest back in working order?
Zora's just gonna fills me with another deadpan look. If you do that and we don't know how to take care of it properly, I'm leaving it here, and if you wish to bring it, you can take it.
I have no intention to trigger that. I'm not that reckless. Yes, I know I am reckless, not that. But like
Sorry,
I
I'll
said,
hold up above the table. It's like I want to make sure I might have responded wrong, because it sounded to me like you were implying that we should trigger the cascading reset.
no, Federman
Okay,
was just
I
implying
apologize.
if we want to make use of the chest, then that's one way to get it back in working order.
Okay, then my response is still on the table. Then sorry, I wanted to. It's like we want to make sure what we can do with this before we do that.
We've got
Last
to
thing we want to do is reset a bomb
Oh, absolutely.
and not have any way to disarm said bomb.
We've always got to
Absolutely. I have no
RTFM.
intention of carrying around such a dangerous toy in any kind of active state unless we need it like this.
This one is more curious about the chest itself. Why was such an intricately designed thing left in the middle of the woods?
Here. And for how long as Dove looks down to the bones surrounding it?
Actually, that's an interesting question. Would a medicine check allow me to determine how long those corpses have been there and around the chest?
And also,
Absolutely.
sorry.
Well, help actions all around, I guess.
What's up, Duff? What else you got?
Do I see any shreds or scraps or anything on and around the body? It's like, oh, I don't know,
I guess I
crimson
don't need help
bandit
on
cloth or
I do believe that's gonna be good enough.
some kind of dragon cultist rags, like anything that
And while
is among them.
Felime's looking at the bodies, what would I need to roll to have a look at
God,
the chest
I'm
itself
smacking
and
on
try
this
to
so hard.
interpret any engravings on the plates or on the chest? See, maybe ascertain its provenance?
That's why I asked if there's any languages I might be able to, if there's anything written on it in Goblin, Common, Sylvan, Celestial, Infernal, Draconic.
Come on, Infernal.
All right, so to learn
Let's
more
go
about the
Infernal.
traps and if it's going to continue to be a problem, if it can be reset, if it can be reused, Yozora, go ahead and
Hey.
roll an investigation or Arcana, your choice.
I will go with Arcana. It's my better option. Is anybody helping?
I mean,
For the chest, I guess the discerning of any runes, glyphs, markings, identifications, go ahead and make an investigation or perception check there, one who leans. Dove, don't even worry about rolling. Your passive perception as you take a look around at all the bodies, you're going to find some stuff. And then Philomene with your nat 20 on that medicine. It seems these bodies in the area, the most recent
Ow.
one you can find, that is unfortunate.
That's what I was
The-
asking. Is there any help going around?
I'm
yeah, I
I'm
wasn't
back
sure if
and
there's any help I can
I'm
give.
assisting. So
Yeah, absolutely. If you would like to assist someone, you may. They may roll with advantage, and I guess you're going to assist Zora.
yes, sir.
Okay,
I'm
one
go-
reroll.
Can I give any assistance
20.
to? Can I give any assistance to one who leans then right before doing my medicine check?
No, not at this point. Unfortunately, you could come back if they want to take another look, But your medicine check, you are going to learn that the most recent of these bodies is fairly old. It
Huh.
seems that people don't come through this area very often,
Hmm.
as you can tell by the different tracks in the area and just the age of some of the bodies that you're going to be sifting through. The last one is old enough that the bones are a little bit sun bleached already. So it's been probably 15 years at the least
Hmm.
since anyone that you can tell has messed around with this chest and some of the ill consequences of it. Others may have messed with it and then decided to get out of there and not deal with it anymore. You're not sure. But the most recent dead body is at least 15 years old, and there are several others in there. They go back to where they're about as old as 50 to 60 years before now. At least as far as you can tell with your quick just medical examination, you don't have any advanced gear or technology with you to get a better feel for the age of some of these bones. And maybe if you dug, you might find some more.
Let's keep
So
some for
about
carbon
60
dating.
years?
Mhm.
So,
Yes,
so this thing has been about 60 years at least?
that's your easy guess at the moment. Yeah, it's been here for a long time, probably about a generation's worth fully.
Wow, this thing has been here for more than half a century.
Hmm.
How is it still in good condition?
It is reassuring that we might not face claims of ownership.
That was my concern, mostly.
I'm more concerned how come it's not more weather.
Well, that's what the Arcana check's for.
Magic stuff tends to be pretty resistant in my experience.
Didn't we try to rot it and it magically resisted?
And magically said no.
Scotch
All right,
guarded.
and then Dove, as you take a look around at the bodies and the different debris in the area, there are a few things that you notice. First of all, you notice some stark crimson colors.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps that has been something that has been going on for at least 15 years, possibly longer, up to perhaps 60 years. Not sure which body belongs with which scraps of cloth, but you do find some very crimson looking cloth. There are a few scraps of cloth, one of which looks similar to markings you saw on the different Okami and Kenra soldiers from earlier. So there may have been individuals from Monagar who came through and have messed with this to their unfortunate demise. There are also some scraps of cloth that are of a very beautiful, though it's faded now over time and the fact it's been stamped into the ground and has seen the weathering of time and elements, but some very, what would have been at their time, vibrant, beautiful blue cloths. These are very silk-like, very light, very airy. It seems not very much like soldier garb, where it's just purposeful, functional, and I guess used for quick identification. These were ornamental. These were meant for somebody to look nice, to be very flamboyantly attractive to the eye, to draw the eye in, to be seen, essentially. And those are all in blues and purples and the occasional teals.
Down, boys, I love.
Not my style.
They also
but I would
have
have liked to see the original owners.
They also have a couple identifying marks on these cloths, one of which appears to be a grouping of feathers,
Okay.
and one that appears to be perhaps a sunburst or at least something spherical in the sky.
This one's Twilight Sparkle.
And this one's Solaire.
Okay, am I close enough to see all of this?
You do see Dove picking through the scraps of cloth on the ground and noticing them as you're looking at all the bones.
As we get to the one that seems to have a circle or sun or whatever, I immediately go over there and pull out my sword and try to compare it. Compare the symbols.
They're not the same. No.
Okay.
Do they look? Does it look like the symbol on the clothes could have been an earlier form of the symbol?
It's possible.
I reckon
There's not a
later.
whole lot of striking similarities between the two, other than a potential sunburst effect. And even then, the sunburst effect seems to be different between the sword and the cloth. So they may have been related at one point, but not very closely.
Right.
And Solaire, this is Solaire, no rations.
Right. So mostly just reuse of similar imagery, but not not necessarily more connection than that.
Yeah, it would have been like
Sombros.
two different cultures both using the sun for something.
So the markings, feathers and sun, are on the same flamboyant garb.
Correct.
Okay. Do we remember whereabouts the Aarakocra live?
Fairly far.
Give me 2 seconds to look at my notes.
What would have brought them?
Checking mine
Here.
as well here real fast.
Were they delivering this, maybe?
Perhaps the Three Territories have attractive properties to all who wish to escape the grasp of the Emperor.
You think they're refugees?
Possibly. And if this one recalls correctly, Aarakocra are fairly mobile. Though it does us no real good to speculate at this time.
We can brew on it, certainly. Brew on it like a well-steeped tea. But it is suspect that the bird folks, those who are so mobile, would find their way so far down southwest. And on the ground, here in the middle of nowhere.
Indeed,
I
and
think-
this possibly does not belong to them.
It's
Just Zora's gonna pipe
possible.
up. From what I remember from the Aaron Crocker do live a ways away from us, where we are now. But if I'm remembering right, one of the things we were going to trade with the Arachnine was silk, and ways to take care of the silk. Am I misremembering this?
That is sus, right? That was certainly, yes, they colors as well.
So what's to say that this gestures to the cloth isn't something that was possibly from them? Maybe they were hired to create something, clothing, and instead of ever making it to its commissioner, or its commissioner ended up out here. We aren't
Possibly.
that far away from their border, are we?
Or it might be from
Don't
one of
we
their
still
clans.
have our envoy with us?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of, I want to let you know I've got to wait for my investigation check. Never mind, ignore me.
Mhm. But while the possibilities are, of course, nearly endless, they are the only thing that throws me off is the presence of these light, hollow bones here. Those are the only ones out of place. What I would suspect to see around something so attractive as this chest would be local, greedy, snoopy individuals such as myself. But, well, we're not exactly local, are we? But the Crimson Bandits here, and whomever else. I forgot the other one.
Managra.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. The Crimson Bandits and the Managra, well, we see here that this is...
friends that we just left
Right.
recently.
This is clearly a footpath that would be traveled by them within the past, what did you say it was? 60 years?
That's about the oldest that I could date, but I'm pretty sure if we started a dig or something, we might find even older.
It is curious
Oh.
why bird folks who would be traveling in this direction would be down on the ground. And caught the eye, I would perhaps suspect that they were carrying this and were grounded. but we don't know.
The evidence is inconclusive.
In any case, it seems we don't have to worry about their dragon folks getting upset that we raided their pantry.
Indeed.
Yet.
Yet.
Now, continuing on with the checks, the perception check to see if you can get some more like runes or something is unfortunately unable to really see anything of remarkable determination on the outside, or even on the inside. If you check the inside lid or anything, or
I will not stop.
or anything that was in there, it's inconclusive.
Even with a whole 6 points?
I know, it's unfortunate.
Mm.
The Arcana check, however.
Oh, right.
You can tell that there is residual magic within the chest, which is likely why it has weathered time so well and appears not to be rotted or decaying in any way, and why it was still active. However, you do get a sense that the magic within it has now been discharged, and with its contents removed and the chest bypassed, the trap undone, and it open, it looks as if it will now begin to deteriorate normally, like any other mundane chest might. It does not appear to be something that can easily be reset or retooled. It could be recovered, and then you take it to somebody who is more skilled at enchanting and trap making and artificering than the rest of you, and they may be able to replenish it to its original state. But at its current, it is just a trap that's been sprung and disarmed and emptied.
Okay.
Here's a better question: does it have value as such?
It is a nice chest.
Thanks.
It does have good work. It does have good woodworking in it. It does have intricate inlaid metal bands in it that do have runes. They're just, for whatever reason, one who leans completely missed them.
Okay, Yozora, having been scanning it, eyes glowing, it's going to look at the group. While theoretically, the magic in this chest could be reset, it is beyond my power. We would need to find someone who is who is far more skilled with magic than I.
And that's the end of that sentence.
Well,
Far more of a
we can
burden than
always-
anything, I should imagine.
Well, we can always leave it in the care of the Celestial Dwarves next we meet them and see what they can do with it.
I'm sure they can build their own chests. What I would like to do is take a look at these paintings and see if I can maybe date them. Or discern... I'm not from this world. Are they from this world?
As far as you can tell, they do appear to be from this world. They seem to be similar to the types of canvas and types of paints that would have been used on any of the wall hangings back in Bionic 2 when you were all there.
I'm gonna look for a signature.
There is a signature. It is hard to make out, and
Hmm.
the name means almost nothing to you.
Yeah, but to sell it, it's useful to have the other.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely,
helpful.
absolutely.
So I got a question.
Oh, what's up?
How would Aiden and Chibisuke react to the gold dragon?
They
That's a
seem
good
to
question.
not react at all, really. It's just a picture of a dragon. They've seen them before.
Is it hot?
So it doesn't have any kind of it doesn't have any sense of grandeur to them or anything like that.
Does not seem to, no. What were you asking there, Slappy?
Oh, they... Chibisuke and Aiden are like, ooh, nice pinup.
Yeah, no. It doesn't have any of that for them, fortunately.
But how old do they seem to be? Are they
The paintings
like
themselves.
classical relics in this place?
Yeah. Absolutely. It would be like probably anywhere from a century to a century and a half old.
Not bad.
And they don't show the wear and tear of it?
They don't show any of that wear and tear. They were within the chest, so they were preserved by the magic as well. And the silks also seem to be that old as well and well preserved.
So at the time, they were about half that age, seemingly. But still valuable enough to be carried with these treasures. Gifts, offerings, I imagine. Perhaps a diplomatic envoy, much like ourselves. Well,
When it comes to the silks, perhaps we should add them to the gifts prepared for the Arknight people.
I'm rubbing it on my face. If we
I know-
must.
Zora's gonna pipe up on that. I was like, I would be hesitant on that, simply because we don't know who the original owners of this chest are yet. I know it's been here for some time now, but nobody I know back home would appreciate having a gift or something they made returned to them as a peace offering.
It could be a fine gesture to have their lost treasures returned to them.
True.
This one does believe there is a very faint chance the original owners are still alive.
And if we decide not to give it, I'm sure we could run into a tailor who could make something nice for this.
This is very true.
Also, the signature is the name is Nirala.
Okay. Whoever's got the paintings in their inventory.
You can cup up 20,000 gold. It's an original Nirala.
Perfect. Perfect.
Add it to my notes.
There you go. Good. Yeah, I don't know who's keeping the paintings, where it can go.
We could just
Well-
open the haversack, if anything.
I hope
think
so.
The haversack would be our best bet.
Yeah, haversack.
Yep,
Good.
you can't stuff them in the haversack.
Great, as long as it goes in. They're not big, like wall scroll paintings.
No,
or
they're not
big
huge.
framed.
These would, up in like the hallway or something.
Mona Lisa
Family
sized.
portraits, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, the Mona Lisa is so small.
Yeah.
This session has me drinking way too much.
I'm holding
Now
off.
that-
Holding off this weekend. I got another weekend next weekend to get fucking blitzed
Now
again
that
and
this
regret
was- Yeah,
it.
now that we've acquired this, perhaps we should resume our journey.
Yeah, right. I'm like, let's go. I'm satisfied. I know one who leans is antsy.
If he wants to make, speaking of one who leans, if he wants to make another investigation check for the whatever might be on this thing, I will happily lend a help action on that.
Absolutely.
How about you investigate and I help? Because I don't have a bonus to that.
Okay, +3 to investigation it is. So, I'm guessing you're helping me on that one?
Yep.
Okay.
And guidance.
And guidance, okay. That's intimidation, this one. Oh, hell of it, I'll have the guidance.
Yeah, why not?
So, 24.
And this is
Mm.
for identifying the marks and the possible origins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, fuck yeah. Bayonetta vibes. you
Might
say?
help make, a
Ooh.
choice if we're going to take the thing with us or just leave it.
We just mightn't, because we don't have that much insight into markings in this world, so we'll see.
I need her heels.
All right. Does anybody speak Aarakocran? Or Celestial?
I
Mm,
do. Celestial.
Draconic?
Yes.
Yes.
helpful.
And or Elvish?
Yes.
I speak Elvish.
I
Do-
believe
I don't think I
as
do.
well, if I'm not mistaken.
I've got 3 out of that set, so
I'm frustrated how
So I've got 2. I've got Elvish and Draconic.
I'm frustrated with how few languages I know.
I got Elvish,
don't-
and I don't know if Sylvan is related or anything.
and
but-
No.
if all else fails, I have comprehensive
Mm.
languages.
Very helpful.
So
It's
yes,
very
I
helpful.
can read this.
Hello?
He's a wonderful scholar.
That is true.
Hey.
The chest, as far as you're able
Look where the
to
glasses-
ascertain, is the property, or at least an origin, of Dragon's Peak within Wafari.
The land of the Arakakra.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Yes?
Yeah, what's up?
Was up or something. I missed anything that was said here the last minute or so.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I heard the Discord alerts. Okay, so residual magic, or no, sorry, that's part earlier in the notes. Property / origin is Dragon's Peak and Wafari, land of the Arakakra.
Yep.
Yes, that is the
Correct.
land. Okay, good.
I was like, I don't have my note up for that specific section, so
Yeah,
like, okay,
same.
I need to look at that. I have too many notes.
Mhm.
You're a scholar.
So-
Of course you have too many notes.
It is perhaps a lost Arakocra expedition.
Okay, so it is. Let me see. I'm looking on my. I've got my map up here. Hang on just a second.
That is what I suspect. And that they were felled here somehow. Or would they be
so
unprepared to
it's-
fly with a chest like this?
It's about 2 regions over from Managra, so it's a pretty good distance east. So
Curious what brought
Okay,
them all the
yeah.
way out here. Clearly no one claimed
That's-
this chest, that it's here.
You know, Zora peeking up, like, checking my note, remembering. It's like, there are also sirens there, from what I remember us being told.
yep, sirens.
Specifically
bird.
looking over at the siren painting.
Just every general bird person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the chest in particular seems to be claimed as the property of High Taylor Veldivi.
Hmm. Cool. We might want to pay a visit to the Valdivi family if we make
We'll
our way
make
to
note of
Afari.
this. In the meantime, let's resume. This one will fetch the delegation.
That sounds like a good idea.
So are we taking the chest with us then?
I don't see where we would. Like,
Yeah,
we got the stuff in it.
It was on the table. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
don't think
bother.
we would.
If it has to
Yeah.
go all the way to the house,
Yeah.
it's not really useful, and
Yeah.
we can just commission a new one.
Mhm.
Not the house, I
Righty.
mean the dwarves.
Righty. Okay. Then, yeah, that's about it. Since I can't think of any way we could use it as a bartering ship or anything like that.
Mhm.
Like I said, I
Okay.
can't reactivate the magic on it. I will, however, pick up all the runes and everything that were pried off.
Okay, yeah,
Well-
any of the different runes, the different plates on the ground,
Hmm.
you may pick them up and put them back like in the chest so it's all contained together,
No.
if you so wish.
Does any of it seems like it's useful metal?
I was going to check and see if they were still active, and maybe I could manipulate them to be useful for something.
They do not appear to be active anymore, and they are, I mean, I suppose, as far as any metal is useful just by its nature of being useful, they are precious metals, being silvers, golds, and bronzes.
Well, so much for me setting up traps if necessary.
Okay, well, for them, take the time to pry off the silver and the gold at the very least, because you never know when that can be useful. Bronze is a bit more plentiful, so not really gonna bother. Do I have to make an athletic test to pry off the good metals?
If you want to pry them off, yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
I shall assist as well.
Yeah, see, you'll have an advantage on the check. Okay, yeah,
It's too late.
by all means, you have advantage if you will roll again. All right, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely enough. You were able to pry off the different runed panels, the different plates that are on it on the outside, and there are a couple on the inside and the roof, the top of the chest.
Mhm.
This
The
seemed it was
roof.
all
The
yeah,
roof. The
it
roof
was all
is on
part of the
fire.
chest, all part of the different mechanisms. Yeah, but you pry them all off. Go ahead and make an item in your inventory that is runic plates,
All right.
and altogether they'll be worth 150 gold.
Not bad. Mhm.
I'm gonna put it in loot.
Hmm.
All right. Does that sounds about good?
Like I said, I've done all my checks. I've done all the stuff. I've got the notes. That's about all I've got.
All right. Then I guess we're good for moving on.
Onwards and forwards. We have
I'm
succeeded
ready
in
to go
not
as well.
dying by chest.
We have milked this chest for all it's worth.
I mean, if it's milking you want.
Oh goodness, always.
So, taking a look at the world map, our party has traveled from Bannock to across the river to the ruins, done some investigating here, followed the coastline heading northeast-ish until they turned, and have now at this point
This is
finally gone
How far is it?
past the territory that is believed to be
I think.
that is secured by the Crimson Lord and his different, I guess, endeavors, into land that is more regularly understood to be under the jurisdiction of these followers of whatever these dragon type folk are. And so our party has now at this point been traveling for roughly 10 days. We haven't shown every single long rest every single day because not every day is special. A lot of it is just walking and talking, traveling, hanging out. But it's been about 10 days all said and done since you've set out from Bannock to where you're now crossing over into this next section of the Free Territories. And as you get there, it is much more mountainy. There is a lot more thick forests.
Oh.
It's not these wide open greenlands and these wide open flat areas that were part of the hunting grounds of the dragons from the Dragon Isles and the hunting grounds for the Crimson Lord and their bandits. There's even less people around here. There are no small settlements. There's not even like the occasional way station along the way of a single house of some hermit who might be out in the middle of nowhere. But you make it to a place on the map that was pointed out to you back in Bannock 2. This is the point where you expect to be parting ways with the rest of your entourage, and you will continue north, and they're going to turn and almost head directly east. So that is about here-ish or so, as they will be heading towards this path in the east. You reach this point that was pointed out, known as Dracon's Pass.
Now, as we part ways, do we want to give some of the silks to the envoys as an offering?
I don't see why not.
I don't see a particular reason why we shouldn't.
To the Arachne, or
Yeah.
do we want to give it?
Basically for the Arachne? Yeah.
That we give it to our envoy so that they can use it to smooth things over with the Arachne?
Or would we prefer to return it to the Arakakra?
Well, we don't know if the original owner's still alive, and we'll see.
We
I
have
don't think
less, I think, to butter our bread with for the Arachne that this would help with.
Yeah, and also they're closer, and we're dealing with them now.
That sounds good.
It also could be if. Could someone please remind me where on the map the Aaron Cocker are hiding? I don't have a marked map on my end. I got notes. Okay, and the Arachni are here. Okay, never mind. My my idea just fell through.
No. Wafari and the Eric Hoker and everything is down here.
Who the fuck is up here?
That is
Dwarves.
dwarven territory.
Oh shit. Oh,
All
fuck.
right.
Okay.
You've
Hey.
got dwarves
Yep,
on
'cause
this
remember
side and
there-
dwarves over there on the island.
Fuck
Correct.
me. Okay.
Yep.
'Cause, yeah.
There's two
Okay.
different families.
Because
I remember
I
that.
remembered that the Aarakocra lands look like the Thousand Peaks in China, so I was like, that kind of
Yeah.
looks like it. But it
Yeah,
is also
very
different.
much. What I thought.
Okay, so never mind. It's like I was going to suggest we use the Arachni to possibly get a hold of the Aaron Cockra.
Doesn't look
And
like
all.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
but
were they
that
going?
doesn't seem particularly feasible.
Yeah, this is Ronuk.
No.
Mhm.
The
And then the
Aarakocra
Dragon
may have
Isles
been-
are here, and then you were down here.
That suggests that the Aarakocra may have been trying to fly to the Dragon Isles. And got
That
filled.
is definitely a possibility.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna brief the envoy and them on their way.
Absolutely. As you're all walking and talking, make me some perception checks.
Gotcha.
Give him a pat on the head and a kiss on the penis and send him on their way.
Okay, perception checks across the board.
Wow, that's interesting. Those are some interesting rolls already.
Those are some rolls for sure.
No.
One Helene and Sildov, as you two are proceeding up this path, you're going up this path now that is leading higher up, moving into higher elevations. You've been told that Dracon's Pass has a point where it will split off and head east and will also head north. So you'll know very specifically when your paths literally will split. But as you're going up this winding path, you hear voices on the path up ahead. And you hear one that is perhaps a little bit more loud than some of the others, that is speaking in common, almost as if it's not just unconcerned if it is overheard, but almost as if daring others to overhear them. You hear this voice, and the voice is just this very annoyed sounding. Well, can't we just burn it all down and get it out of the way so we can proceed with this? I would like to go home eventually this century. And there is a responding voice that is just very patient, very calm. Unfortunately, ma'am, we are not able to do that, as it was determined by, and they rattles off some like ancient law, like code, subsection this, subsection that, paraphrase this, whatever, that seems to indicate that that would be an act of war and aggression, and they would be fiscally responsible for any damages and any actual warfare that would break out. And paying for war at the moment is currently discouraged by the patron or matron of whatever house this is for.
My people.
And as you proceed further up the path, you can see up ahead several strange individuals, though you have seen at least one of these before.
A very different demeanor to the one we've seen before.
I heard.
Okay,
I
time to
heard.
be.
I heard lawful
let's
diplomatic talk.
see.
It's my people. I'm going to them.
There's one
my.
that appears to very much be the central figure that is in all of these very rich looking silks that has this intricate, like woven headdress.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just looks like they are well taken care of, well maintained, and just looks annoyed and is currently arms crossed across the chest.
Yeah, I love Mander on Smite too.
Yeah.
Spider Boys.
Is she the one that is the boisterous voice or the calm voice?
This is the loud voice you've been
I
hearing.
would say I'm fairly certain she's the loud voice.
She's Spider Karen.
Sparran.
The calm one was one of the regular soldiers you see with, and then you have this individual that is just carrying a bunch of cargo, it looks like.
They're so pretty.
I
Mm.
want
So
to
you've
make
got
her
the classic soldiers.
my iPhone wallpaper.
Driders.
Yeah.
For the
that's a
record,
great
this is above the table. This is doing my arachnophobia no favors.
idea. Nice. Your Zora is tense.
I said
Oh.
above the table. Dora's dealing with this.
Fair enough.
He's
I
fuzzy.
am arachnophobic.
Fuzzy
That
boy.
soldier is absolutely stunning as well.
Right?
Honestly.
Fucking Driders, dude. They're at least half hot. At least.
Zelda, this one believes we should meet them.
The groups, or the few on the eastern side, appear to currently be
Sure.
moving debris and trees out of the path, looking as if they're going to head this way when it is clear.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
So if I'm gathering where they're going, I would assume they're heading towards the Arachni region.
Anyone opposed to me making introductions?
I do want to do a perception check, are they? Can I perceive if they are hostile?
I would love to do an
Anyway.
insight check to see if they are on their way back from their own diplomatic mission. See if they are carrying anything that might indicate what they were doing here and how they got here if this pass is suddenly blocked.
You may absolutely do insight checks to try and figure out if they look to be immediately hostile. If you can perhaps, in so doing, figure out where they might have come from, where they might be headed.
I got nothing.
I adjust my glasses.
I don't think I'm getting anything either.
The
Two
anime
nose
adjusts.
deep in a book.
I'm still admiring myself in my new gear.
Your immaculate new year, yeah. All right,
That,
Dove.
by the way, that brought me up 3 armor class on that. That is
Oh, hell
insane.
yes.
Mhm.
Tasty. Yes.
So as you take a look, you are immediately able to gather a few clues about the situation from just general context. This being a smaller group, and there's no militaristic banners or colors fully on display. There are definitely soldiers, but there are also what you can tell immediately are non-traditional soldiers, meaning mercenaries that are also with them. This is a group that is put together, looks like they are here to guard or escort this individual in the center, who seems to be the center head figure for everything that's going on, this spider carrying. The two others, the porters, that are laden with all these different crates and boxes, and seem to each of them also be carrying a cart with them. This is not any sort of military or diplomatic procession. This is a powerful and influential merchant.
These look like goods. This
Hey,
is
we
not.
have
This is not the
we have
princess's. It's not the Druish princess's luggage.
Yeah, this is a merchant who has either been going about doing rounds, carrying out business, trying to get new business, whatever. It's unclear which of those it is, but it seems they are at the moment stalled by this blockage heading east. You can see that they have been heading south and east. You can see the grooves in the ground from the carts that trail out heading off north, where the rest of you will likely be heading shortly. And the fact they're all looking east and moving debris out of the easterly path, and seem to have behind them a cleared path where they may have been doing this for a bit.
Okay.
I'll bring that
the
up, yeah.
delegation going to them. Have they split with us yet, or?
They're still with you for the moment. This is
Okay.
the point where they would have split, so they have not moved away
Oh.
or done anything else yet.
Yeah,
Well,
I
and-
certainly
and-
mentioned all that they seem to be merchants, opportunists, moneymakers.
Yeah. In that case,
We've got money. We just added over words, 1,500 gold, technically speaking. Not
More
yeah,
importantly-
1,500 to our group.
But more importantly, we bring offerings of trade. And slap
Yes.
slap some spores off of one who leans.
let's get to work. Moving forward,
Yeah.
and
I'll follow your lead.
Ambling forward, leaning, looking frail, and all that.
Mhm.
Look, while using my staff as my walking stick.
With your goth kid, like your goth kid backup, just hands in pockets, just shuffling
I'm also
down.
using my quarterstaff as a walking stick, but out of necessity. This one greets you, Arachnite people.
Yeah.
Perhaps you require assistance.
Do you mind?
As a group, all of them turn to look at all of you, but two of these soldiers move towards you with weapons drawn. One of them with a hand up, kind of, in a warning, like, hey, slow down, stop, halt. But you stop on your own, so he lowers his hand. Greetings and well met, traveler upon the roads. If you give us but a moment, we shall have this area cleared out. We shall be proceeding east. If you're heading east as well, you're welcome to wait or assist. But please, do keep your distance.
This one and its party are more than willing to assist should you require it. Some of us are indeed headed east. We have with us a delegation meant for
we left
your
the
lands.
delegation. I thought the delegation already split.
No.
Nope,
we're
this
still
is the
with us
path.
for now.
Right,
This
they're
is
still with
Okay,
us.
sorry.
the thing that is
I-
blocked is where they go.
I misheard. Sorry, ignore me.
You're all good.
We bring our friendly intent and
Oh.
trading opportunities to your people.
I see. Allow me a moment then.
Wiggle, wiggle,
if you
wiggle.
wait here. Though any assistance you may have would be welcome.
Yeah.
Recent storms have come through here and have barred the paths east a little bit, since we have debris and some of the roads have slipped a bit.
Wither kind of walks forward and offers assistance as well.
What the fuck is this?
About to
to
say,
give help.
the big thing that I'm guessing is the tree right
Hmm.
about here that they are trying to get to remove.
Yeah, this whole path basically looks like it needs
Okay.
some love and care and attention that they've been working on.
Felemy.
So we have a beast of burden right there.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say, Felemy, perhaps you and Bowen could provide assistance.
Absolutely. It'll be better like I'm back at the farm.
Well,
So
this is
moving
very
to try
nuts.
To move in to try and help and generally clear the path.
Yes. Welcome all of you. Please, if you are able to assist, would be most appreciative. Please give them any, I suppose, assistance they need in getting this out of the way.
Wither
One of you
follows right
mentioned
behind
trade.
Vaughn.
Yes, this one greets you.
Yeah. Hi.
She gives you a brief look up and down, makes a bit of a face,
Hmm.
then offers a fairly polite bow.
I'm going to return a head nod.
I'll give a perfunctory bow. Not particularly gracious, but slightly annoyed with her haughty energy, but playing nice.
This
Very
one.
well.
Yeah, go for it.
Greetings and well met, travelers upon the road. I'm Shintalara Silkweb, and I greet you upon behalf of the Silkweb conglomerate. How might we be able to accommodate you today?
This one represents a diplomatic envoy from a city far, far away. We have established trade in the Free Territories. However, our influence is as of yet limited. We would love to extend friendly relationships and trade possibilities. We have with us a delegation that was headed towards your lands.
Her eyes shift from you to the delegates and their soldiers, looking them over for a minute in quiet consideration. Then she looks back to the soldier next to her. She subtly nods.
Can I just before you go further, can I just add
Mhm.
a very little something? As
Sure, what do you got?
as Philomene gets ready to get to work on clearing the road, she will subtly, actually not so subtly, but nonchalantly, take off her cloak and make a show of putting the shield down to the side, so that it's clear that she's a paladin
Hmm.
and that she's with the delegates and the entire party. Sort of a kind of friendly. Don't try anything against who I'm sworn to protect.
Hmm.
Okay.
Do I roll anything for that?
Yeah.
I'm just over there securing ropes with magic.
Yeah.
I'm at work. It's like I'm not right next to these things. I'm not dumb enough to get punched if I can help it.
So, what do I roll for that?
No, nothing needs to be rolled at the moment.
Okay,
So you do.
then yeah, just a little show of being a paladin, of being that we
We're
are
also
high
outnumbered.
ranking, that we are ranking, that we are friendly but ready to throw down if they try to throw down.
We have begun the establishment of a trade consortium within the Free Territories. Here, and I'm gonna pull out a copy of the trade agreement. It only has a few members as of yet, but it is a promising endeavor and very beneficial for all involved.
You're gonna offer her a copy of the trade agreement you wrote.
Yes.
Okay. She will take it and her begin to study it intently. And the look that crosses her face, you've seen how a lot of people respond to very legal documents, especially trade agreements. A lot of them glass over immediately and just zone out and just, yeah. She, however, does not. You see her very intently studying it. She goes through in a few of the very key points. You see her stop and nod to herself, and she even taps the paper a few times here and there as she's like, "Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that." She's going through,
I knew it.
And-
She's my people.
and she's nodding appreciatively as she's going through. And then about halfway through, she kind of folds her arms across her chest and still holding on to the trade agreement. She gives you a very weighing look. Again, she looks you completely up and down.
Hmm.
Are you incorporated within these lands?
Yes. Further west.
Do you have your incorporation paperwork on hand? Or have you filed the correct articles of incorporation yet?
Were we
That
given?
would have had-
also?
She looks at Dove. Yes,
Well-
go ahead.
There's a question for the DM. Were we given when we asked for our traveling papers? Basically, were we given the appropriate?
You were not. The village elder of Bottom does not know that you wanted articles of incorporation.
Yeah.
All our enterprises are legally assessed within the legislation that we do come from. In these lands, however, we have yet to establish a translation of those.
Those can be acquired fairly easily with on a return trip.
But the original documents can be provided.
She again nods at that as if that is acceptable, is agreeable. Very well. Do not forget to register those with the correct authorities within Begres. The coin lords would, I am sure, hate to miss out on their cuts. But
Of course.
this does ring promising. And you say you are already establishing a trade network within the Free Territories. That I am definitely interested in. Tell me, do you have a executive board with you? Are you a member of such board? And if so, do you have individuals with you who can perhaps weigh in and make decisions on behalf of your incorporation?
I
We
have
are
been invested.
authorized.
Been authorized and invested with such powers. However, so have the 2 delegates that we are sending with you. These administrators have been specifically briefed and instructed in trading with your people.
Bread.
Though
She
this is
Go
only
ahead.
based with our interaction with only one member of your species. So if any discrepancies present themselves, please do bear with them.
So she looks again at you, then over to the delegates, where she makes a bit of a face, looking back to you like she smelled a fart that she doesn't like, and she just waves her hand dismissively. No, I am not here to talk to politicians and establish formal laws and such. I am here to do business, and I'm looking for other business partners. Are you or are you not empowered to negotiate and settle business matters on behalf of your own corporation?
We are.
We are.
And it is just you, and she nods towards one who leans, or do you have another of your board or who is also authorized to make these decisions and dealings on behalf of the incorporation?
We all are.
All of you. Very well. And she, at that, looks around at the others, including the ones who are helping to move the debris from the path. She nods appreciatively and then turns back. Very well. Then while they are working, I would require at least 2 of you to come sit with me, and we can perhaps talk business.
I look over at the others getting sweaty, and I'm like, sounds good.
Indeed.
Who said anything about getting sweaty? I'm literally just helping tie knots.
Yeah, you're just glistening.
Yeah.
I'm not even doing that. I'm pointing a finger and the knots tie themselves.
Yeah, man, that's tiring.
Boo.
Single sweat drop.
I mean, you might get
It's-
carpal tunnel or
Well,
tired wrists.
They're just naturally
this-
shining.
while this one is unable to sit, it will partake in these negotiations.
At that, she turns and gives you a very soft smile, nodding slightly. That is, of course, of no insult to me. After all, and she taps her massive abdomen, some of us are a little bit differently abled, and sitting is more a figure of speech than an actual task to be performed.
Indeed.
Of course.
But please, you, and she gestures at one who leans, and whomever you feel is necessary, please join me over here. We shall discuss business.
I
Seldev, will
am-
you join us?
Of course. I am Sildov, by the way, not to be rude since you have already introduced yourself.
Yes,
A pleasure to
indeed.
meet you, Saldov.
This one is named One Who Leans.
That is a unique moniker. It reminds me very much of Tabaxi. You do not look like any Tabaxi I've ever known, however.
Within its species, this one does not require a name. It was given by other local humanoid populace.
She curls a brow at that and looks at you just. How do you manage then without names? Do you all just wander around going, hey you, hoping that whoever it is truly being addressed pays attention?
All of us are grown with a purpose and do not require further instruction from our own species.
Your culture is utterly baffling.
Hmm.
I do not mean that as a slight, but it is baffling and abhorrent.
Dove laughs out loud and catches it. Sorry.
This one hopes it has not offended by its own nature.
Of course not. That would be foolish. Business does not care what your nature is, so long as you're willing to trade coin.
Indeed.
This one does operate on a much more primal level than most. I trust you'll find him most, well, trustworthy.
Excellent. Please, sit down. What goods do you bring, and
Right,
what goods are you
done.
possibly looking for?
It-
The Silk Web conglomerate. We have many offerings that we could possibly offer up to you. Many avenues that we could pursue. We have, of course, connections within other territories as well that we might be able to leverage. For instance, if you're looking for precious metals, or if you're in the lookout for a mercenary band to own and operate, we have many dealings with Monogra that we might be able to leverage in that manner as well. But please, join us. Tell me of your woes. Tell me what it is you are seeking, and I shall see what it is you are offering and what kind of trade we might be able to establish between the two of us.
Mhm.
The exchange of luxury goods is, of course, always profitable, and we would partake in it. For example, we were informed that your people are in that tinctures and fabrics of vibrant colors are in high demand within your territories.
Did we bring
This
any
is true.
swatches or samples in your haversack of our inks and paints? Or did
The
the delegation?
delegates do have some, yes.
Fabulous.
This is true. Well, we have fabric and silks of our own, and in quite a great abundance. They are unfortunately either in their natural state, which is a bit of a milky, almost
Hmm.
clouded white type color,
I'm familiar.
almost like an eggshell, you might imagine, or very dark, as we have access to lots of clays and lots of dirts and other metals that are good for dyeing, but they are not colorful. They're not vibrant, as you put. So anything in a vibrant color palette would be something that we would consider an exotic good and something we would seek out, as they would sell quite well within our territory.
If I
Indeed.
if I may, is this for lack of the raw materials and resources in your region that these dyes and tinctures cannot be produced, or is it a matter of not having the craft knowledge?
It is a matter of the raw resources to do so. The pigmentation, the dyes, and the powders needed to make things yellow and blue and all the other different colors of the spectrum are in short supply within our lands.
So it would be of use
Being
to you
a, they would be of great use to us. Yes.
to have to consider materials of various stages of processing.
Absolutely. The one thing we have in great abundance and easily, readily available is the raw materials of the cloth itself.
We would indeed be able to provide raw material leading to tinctures and fabrics of all the colors of nature and beyond.
Well then, you're already barking up the correct tree, as that is something that I would be immensely excited to get my hands on. These... She makes a distasteful face and leans over for a moment as if she's going to spit on the ground, but stops herself. These zealots that we just treated with are not so willing to part with their precious blues and yellows that they have.
Indeed. As for other goods, we of course have an enormous assortment to propose, but listing them all here would be tedious and a waste of your time.
I do
You would,
appreciate that you are concerned with my time as well. That shows good business manners.
you would of course be provided with listings. When
That is most appreciated.
it comes to our interests, two things spring to mind immediately. First, of course, is in the interest of our installment within these lands, the procurement of raw material when it comes to building and supplies.
She nods and snaps her fingers, and the porter begins to write all of this down.
And another aspect you might be able to provide assistance with would be legal services. We are interested in protecting our assets and trade partners in the most secure manner possible.
She smiles appreciatively at that.
That will go both ways, naturally.
And as she again nods to the porter who is writing this all down, seems to be taking notes, and the other one is moving different crates around and seems to be shifting them, looking for things that they might offer you. The rest of the group is either cutting through the trees to break them up so they're easier to move, or helping secure them to bow on so that they can be moved with the massive muscles of the mighty cow. We will call the session there.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Ah, it's
Oh, that-
actually a good spot.
All that chest fuckery. almost kept one who leans from getting a taste of that sweet, sweet negotiation.
But that chest is definitely worth it. Damn.
Oh yes, God, I got these fucking glasses, dude. I can make an insight check against AC, and then if I beat that, I will do extra damage with any weapon or ability. Like, and that lasts until I attack someone else. Like this is fucking built for me.
You're
Oh,
getting
God.
dangerous.
Yeah, you guys had your orgy last session. I'm having my intimate moment right now.
Yes, you get a
I'm
seven,
just happy that my armor class went. It skyrocketed, honestly.
7 minutes in the UN.
It's like, I'm just glad we had that. For as intense as that was, with everything that kept just cascading, for lack of a better term, like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
Yeah, that was right.
It's like,
If
okay, we
anything-
got this.
If anything,
Good God.
we killed
Ew.
we knocked it out of the park, to be honest, because we
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We walked away clean.
dismantled that with nothing.
we barely let anything trigger, and it was good.
Yeah,
And you
absolutely.
really did get to shine on that. You're right.
I think it was just our initial curiosity that got the trigger.
Yeah, it was the initial like, oh, I rolled a fucking 5 on investigation. Okay, I guess I'll just open it.
Yikes.
Dumb, but we were good. Huh. And hey, it gave us the opportunity to overheal,
Mm-hmm.
which I trust is gone now. We're days later. Also, it makes sense. You did say 10 days went by. That makes sense why Dove would actually be a little thirsty by that point.
Yeah, it's like I need to get a long rest on my end. It's like we've
There we
had
go.
plenty of long rests. I was like, okay, time to hit that on my character sheet. So I should do that now. Get everything reset.
Oh
Hmm.
right, that's actually a good idea.
Let's go to Sweet Cheeks.
But yeah, at this
I
point,
have-
you guys have made it into the mountains, the actual, I guess, rough terrain that will be the rest of the path as you make your way towards these zealots that she has so distastefully referenced.
Oh yeah.
When we
gotta
come back
remember to
next
bring that
week, yeah. When we come back next week, we'll have more opportunity to get into that, to discuss a little bit more that might be there, to discuss more negotiations on trade if there's anything specifically you want to ask for or offer. So you've got a little bit of time to prepare and think on that as well.
You
Silk
bet I'm coming
panties.
back with a fucking list.
Oh yes. Oh good.
I think I'll change or something because. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's
We're
send.
gonna end next session. I'm gonna be politically married to this person because this is this is one of mine. This I speak that language.
Yeah. So yeah, this
Uh,
is the language you speak. Absolutely.
Quick check mark, and
Perfect.
I assume that applies to everyone. Can
Oh.
we just long rest until all our hit dice are restored?
You should actually
Punk.
just be able. Let me see if I can do that.
But yeah, we're gonna send you all towards Sweet Cheeks TVR. He is a sweet FM boy, and I adore his such sweetly androgynous voice. Little voice envy. A little bit. I don't know. My voice is
mine-
hot too.
For
But
those watching my
going that way.
stream, I'm sending you all over to Kobold Sprig, who's doing Dark Souls. Figured both those amount to something for D, hardcore D&D, but D&D nonetheless.
Sweet Cheeks is playing some Red Dead Redemption 2, which is just like Dungeons and... Anyway, he's playing a video game, and go say hi and give him a ride on the meat train. Of course. Because, hey, how else do you make new friends but a sweet ride on the meat train?
And
I'll see you next time.
thank you all for tuning into my dimension, and I will see you all around. Johnny.
Okay, bye.
Bye.